get this approved. Oh, okay. And you bought Cherokee. Okay. Yeah, you're doing a lot of work to the house, aren't you?
Oh.
Cleaning some stuff up already, but yeah. Okay, good. Well, welcome to Lakewood.
Turn on. We were gonna just hit record, right?
Try it. Did you notice that notification list? Property owners that we send out valuable information to you on email.
All right, let's get started.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball.
Play ball. Okay. Meeting's called to order. Roll call, Annie.
Here.
Michelle. Brett.
Here.
Jason.
Here.
Tim.
There. I'll move to approve the September 22nd minutes.
I have it. Just an addition. On that very last paragraph on the back page, the update on water pressure at Barracks thing. Specifically, they tested the water pressure and found it to be 100 PSI, so they just reduced it to a normal level.
They tested it? You said?
Tested the water pressure and found it to be at 100 PSI.
Okay.
Is that right?
And they lowered it to,
Yeah.
55 PSI.
that was real generic then.
No, I just want to make cross, I guess. That's good. Thank you. Do you want me? That's all I had. Sorry.
So amend the motion, Tim.
Yes, I will approve the minute. I will move to approve the minutes with the additions of what Amy just stated.
Okay. Motion to approve September 22nd minutes by Tim, seconded by Jason with the additions that Annie spoke of. Any questions, comments? Those in favor? Motion carries. I'm sorry. Why did we go to the minutes already?
That's what I was.
We kind of bounced over the agenda.
Sorry. How about if I make a motion to adopt our agenda?
I'm gonna keep
Which I'm
throwing.
not following.
I'm throwing wrenches at you tonight, I guess.
I'll second that as well.
Weren't we
Or
doing
do
some
we-
of these docs on the next meeting?
Yes.
The 27? I feel like they're on.
I do too. And is Robin in here yet?
No.
Because Robin's, I understand there might be some change that was made, and maybe she wants to talk about it. We'll leave it on here for the time being, and then if she's not here, we'll just bypass it.
She went that way.
Easy enough.
And then I thought we didn't set a hearing for Alex Thompson. Did I misremember that?
I don't think
I
Yeah,
took it
I-
off. Did you get the updated? I thought
Apparently
we
not.
updated it.
I didn't get it updated either.
Mine hasn't on there. So does mine.
Yeah. So it's off.
Let's just start striking everything.
Well, no,
I'm down with shortening the meeting.
It
I
wasn't,
know, right?
it wasn't a motion. I made the motion and then we discussed it more and decided not to. As far as I remember. Am I misremembering that? Because that was the night you were running mayor.
No,
And
I
then-
think you're accurate.
That would have been August 25th.
So it's been a minute. But I thought we didn't set a meeting. Or
Because we were
hearing.
gonna let him
Hearing.
have time
I
to
was
come
halfway
in
around the world.
Yes.
and talk to Sally about getting the utilities.
So why did we publish it?
I don't know. Because I made the motion, but it didn't we didn't vote it through.
I guess you've talked to Alex, so what's the update on it?
He goes to court the 28th, and his roommate is planning on staying there. And if he goes and serves time, then his roommate's gonna get everything up to code. So we really won't
Utilities,
know much more until he goes to
Did
court.
I give you guys a copy of the
which
agenda?
was what did you say?
This one was in the book.
It should be in there under Alex's name.
Oh.
I think we skipped ahead. I had everything in order of the agenda.
No, you're good. We're just trying to figure out if we need to take it off or. We're
Oh,
not,
I see.
We're not ready yet.
So that might.
Yeah, it is.
But if
See if you want to move forward or not with that information.
it sounds like we did publish it, then, so.
Okay.
So are you gonna leave it there and talk about it when we get to it, or we strike it?
That's
at
what we
the
can do
27th?
since I guess we published it, so.
I don't understand. We've got it on this here, on this resolution for the 13th. Look on the back. So I don't know what's going on.
I think we started it and we didn't. Jeez, okay. Well, it's been fun. We can discuss it when we get to it.
Alright. So we make any changes then?
We need to take any of those docs off, I guess. I guess we can decide when we get there. Never mind.
Okay,
Throw stuff off, isn't
need
it?
a second on Tim's motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Tim to approve adopt the agenda, seconded by Annie. Any further questions, comments? Those in favor? That motion carries. Appropriations.
Don't see anything unusual on there necessarily. You guys
Jason's got it.
move to adopt the appropriations ordinance number 1536.
I'll second.
Motion to approve appropriation ordinance 1536 by Jason, seconded by Annie. Further comments, questions, concerns? It's a roll call vote. Annie,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
Okay, next up, public concerns or comments. Anybody? This time, Richard, you were first with a hand up.
Mr. Mayor, I attended the candidate forum on October 1st, and as I was there, I thought to myself, at a time when most communities in our county are struggling to come up with one candidate for open position, to use Tim's phrase, they are twisting arms trying to get people involved. Here we have 6 candidates for 2 positions on the Eskridge City Council, and I think that's very
Excellent.
refreshing.
I do too.
And you should feel very good about the future of the town when you have that kind of citizen involvement.
Okay, I agree. Anything else?
Thanks, Richard.
You want to move to the city, Richard, so you can vote in that election?
I got a house you can buy.
Jennifer?
Hello, I
Hello.
have some good news and I may need you to put it on the agenda a little later, but I was approached by the My Turnbull Foundation late last week and asked if I would put together a really quick proposal. It was a Friday and they needed it by Monday for a project at the lake. And I just quickly called Topeka Lawn and Landscape to talk about the entry sign, because I know that's something that you guys had already put some work into and had been approached about doing more. So if you accept the money, we were awarded $13,000 to renovate that landscaping around that sign. They asked if I would be the project manager. I don't know what that entails. I've already met with Mike Kruger once from Topeka Lawn and Landscape out there just to show him some thoughts, but clear out what's already there, fix the lighting and the sprinkler system.
That's what I was.
And then, yeah, and just new, take out all the landscaping that has been there in the past. And they want to, he and I talked about adding some big stones in place of just the wood structure that's on the ground there and make it really look like a big entrance sign. So I guess I would need you guys to accept that money because then we can do it tax-free, as far as the labor. and
You said this was donated by the Mike
Mike
Turnbull
Turnbull
Foundation?
Foundation. Yep, they've given money to the park every single year since Mike died. And this year they did that also. They gave us $8,000, and then they wanted to do something at the lake as well because Mike had a home out there.
I think that's a novel thing and a good idea.
Okay.
The council needs to,
Do we need a motion for it?
sure.
I just need to report back to them. I'm going to get that bid put together.
Coming from the Turnbull Foundation or coming from Topeka Lawn?
Turnbull Foundation.
Okay, and you're gonna hire
The landscape.
the landscaping.
Landscape.
Okay.
And let's see, and you have to turn the money into us? Is that?
I
is that
don't
right?
know quite how that money is going to flow yet, but I guess I need it to come to you so that it can be tax-free for
I see.
the,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know if anybody else
I
does.
think this is a great.
No,
idea.
I think
it's
I
great.
think you'd be great.
I hope they fix the water and the lights
They've already
first.
looked. We already looked. We pulled the lids off of things. Annie had checked with Mike Fenn about the electricity still works, but the box for the sprinkler system does not. And so Mike Kruger looked at both of those, took pictures of everything for me, and is working on the quote. So he knows all the things because it's the hardware that the money should be for first. The landscaping can be down the road. So, but it should all fit within that $13,000.
I would think so.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. I've moved to accept this.
I will second.
Okay, motion by Jason to accept the $13,000 donation from Mike Turnbull Foundation for lake entrance repairs, I guess, or renovation. How do you
Yeah.
want-
Renovation, I guess.
Renovation.
But that's.
Seconded by Jason.
You look good.
Any questions or comments? Those in favor? Jennifer will accept it. Thank you, Jennifer. We'll accept it. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
I think you got another hand up right there, Jerry.
Okay, Ladine.
Hi, there's really great things happening. I'm Ladine with Indian Eskridge, and we had such a good turnout and such a positive response to the forum that we decided that we need to do something else in November. Different type. We would like to have a chili cook-off. We would like to have it in front of the senior center right there. And what we were asking of you guys, I guess I'm going to the right forum or people, is blocking off the parking right there in front of the senior center. So they can people can put their canopies up and do the chili and people can walk right there.
You're just asking for permission to block it off, or do you need
Parking,
us
yeah.
to
We
block?
know we can't do the street, but
Yeah.
if we could do the parking.
And you want to do this? Do you have a date in November yet?
That was a good idea. November the 8th from 4 to 8.
Handicapped people in that spot for a long time.
I assume that's a Saturday,
You can
Lizzie?
leave it open.
Yes.
We can leave the handicap spot open in case somebody
Oh,
wants to
yeah.
come, right? Won't be.
4 to 8, you said?
Yes.
Do we have the authority to close off those parking
We can
spots?
do the parking spots. We can't
Yeah,
close off the
okay.
street. November 8th is a Saturday. And the other thing is we don't have the equipment to block the sidewalk.
That's what I was gonna aasking. Do you need us to block it off for you, or
Right.
I don't know that we don't have any
equipment.
if you talk to the
Preston?
state, they can do blockades. Like
Oh,
they
okay.
have some blockades.
Okay.
We don't actually have
Oh, we
anything
could come up.
nice.
Okay.
So that's why I was trying to ask that, and I
Yeah, that's great.
So is this a set in stone date, November 8th?
Well, I haven't heard back from Brandy yet, but that's what we're hoping.
As soon as you know, let us know. We'll put it on the Eskridge page,
Okay.
on the city Eskridge
Okay,
Facebook
So
page
that's
as well.
okay,
Actually advertise it.
all right. And the other thing is, we're going to go around to different businesses. Ask somebody from city council to have a talk about that.
Jason.
We're in. Yeah.
She was really
I double checked
excited
with the
about
boss, but
that.
Cause she's gonna cook it.
And we also, are thinking of having a beer garden type of deal, and we're kind of unclear if we go to the county, we go to you guys, we go to the state. We're kind of new at this, so. do you
I
have
think they
any-
just changed it too, so do you know the rules now?
They did just change
Go
it.
to the state then?
Well, Dean, I could send you that information.
Thank
How's that?
Okay,
I think what you do is you pay them the $25, they get everything approved and send it back to us, and then we
okay,
know it's gonna happen.
okay.
Used to be the other way
It used to be the
around.
other way around.
That's
Yeah.
all.
You do know you have to have an area blocked off
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
they cannot leave that area.
The area that's.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a roaster full of wieners also?
Well, it's kind of, we're working on it, but that's a good idea.
We're meeting Thursday.
Chili
Right, we
dogs.
are. And thank everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces for supporting the forum and coming, and there is great things happening, and we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public?
Terry, I got something. Everybody knows that Eskridge Market, Jesse and Sabrina asked me if I'd present this to you guys to help out with the donation, fill the school bus for school supplies. They just asked me if you guys, if the city would help do a little bit or something. So
That's this weekend.
yep, this Friday I will have the bus parked down here on Main Street this Friday for them to fill up.
What do you guys think?
Well, we can certainly advertise it. We haven't, I wish we'd known about it sooner.
That's it.
To donate.
Oh, I didn't realize it was.
So they want supplies. Where are they gonna get the supplies if we're to donate it? Who's gonna go get it and how much are we talking about?
I can run and go get supplies, Terry.
Would $100 suffice?
I think it'll be enough.
That's up to the council. That's not up to me, but I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't have a problem with that. I think that'd be a good idea.
I move to donate $100 worth of supplies to this.
Second.
A motion by Annie to donate $100 for the Fill the Bus with School Supplies project for October 17th and 18th. $100, and seconded by Jason. Any further questions, comments? Those in favor?
Only thing that I would say is that maybe if you could, well, since you work there, maybe you know what they need the most and get the most of that.
I can do that. Yep, I can find out.
Go for the classrooms of the little kids.
Lots of glue.
And there's no
get
reason
with
why
the-
people can't individually
Yeah.
Yeah.
donate to.
Yeah, it's open to anybody. The bus will be there. The way they got it planned is I'll have the bus parked across the street here. You got supplies. The bus will be there. You can take it up and just set them in the seats. And then when it's done, they're gonna unload them and take them to the school. Unless they con me into just taking the whole bus load out, which I will.
Any further comments? Okay, those in favor of the motion? Motion carries. 4-0. Okay, City Clerk Becky Frank. You're up.
Okay. Well, we spoke about that SEPLO program we have that doesn't work. You know, some of them do, some of them don't. So I did some research and Todd gave me this number to call for Phoenix, and I spoke with another city clerk, and that's where they were directed to, and they said it was awful. And they had the exact same issues as they had with SEPLO, And then they moved to another one. I didn't write it down. Phoenix. Anyways, comparison. She pointed me towards Metron, and there's about it. I spoke with Brian Crumb, and he said he would come and inform you guys because he's much better at it than I am,
Is Brian here tonight?
and he is.
Brian, you're up, sir. Tell us all about it.
If you don't mind coming up so the camera can hear better.
I heard her say that.
It's for you too. I just don't want to hurt your feelings.
Alrighty, I'll get my smart water you got here. Thanks for having me, everyone.
Where'd you drive in from, Brian?
I've been my office is in Colorado, but I live in Kansas City, so it's about
Okay.
a 2-hour drive for me. But yeah, I'm here from Metron. Here is the water meter that we've got. I understand you guys are having some issues with another brand that you guys made a switch a couple years back, and you're having some issues. And I'm sorry you're going through that. I have a solution that I've had with some similar circumstances with different clients of that same area. But this is my smart water meter that's cell read, just kind of like exactly like what you guys have. It's got a 10-year warranty. It goes down to 1-minute data resolution, and it works with your Simple City billing profile. It comes with a consumer app that anyone that has it, one of your customers, they can actually be notified of anything that's going on with their water, if they have leak detection,
Well, that's good.
if they have any type of issues that if they're out of town and there's water flowing, their phone will be alerted. There's temperature alarms, so kind of be proactive about being, if there's an issue with things being frozen. It monitors all sorts of different conditions, and I can go into great detail with my laptop, but yeah,
How do you read those?
cell read. A lid or anything like that. What it does is it will, if it does have an issue, it will send a pretty much like a text message through AT&T or Verizon, and then it goes to the cloud, and then it alerts the clerk or the user for that.
And that's also how they read the monthly readings.
Yes.
So she can read them all from her desk right here.
Yes. Yeah.
And one of the best things, you were probably going to cover this, but that 10-year warranty
Yeah.
you're talking
So
about, that's also customer service. There's no monthly fee. If we have a problem, they come out and fix it, no charge. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yes.
and that's me.
So are you saying there's no fail rate for the internet to pick that up?
So there are sometimes, so there's nothing's ever perfect.
Right.
But what will happen is if it goes 45 days without it not reading, then it's time to actually go out there and you actually have to kind of wake it up. But we don't foresee that happening very often. I've got Waubonsie 2. I've got the city of Dwight. I've got Morris 1 right next to you guys that goes all the way northeast of you guys. And then I've got some down in Alta Vista, Alma. They're just kind of everywhere. And so if it does, what it does is it collects all the data, the water consumption in 24-hour increments, and then to save battery life, so that way it's not just sending the signal constantly. What it does is it'll send all of the water consumption data, kind of like a text message, off peak hours. So that way it doesn't bog down your cell connectivity or anything like that. It does that between midnight and 6 a.m. And that way, first thing in the morning, it sends alerts to you. So that way, if you have something that happened in the last 24 hours, you're notified of it, and then you can kind of go out and have someone go out there. Most recent one up in Waubonsie 2, we caught 3 setter leaks that was on the consumer side right here that would have been registered, but I think it was like 10,000 gallons of water that was getting ready to get lost, and that's unbilled revenue. So it's a little bit way to be proactive about your water system.
So waking these things up, is that something that we can do locally, or do we have to rely on your service to come out and take care of it?
Wake them up. This is what we have at Bridge. So waking them up is this. So we got a device that hooks up to a laptop, or it goes to a right here, and then you plug this in here.
It's always the second try.
It always is, and then that's how you wake it up.
Now, because you service and warranty these for 10 years, do you mandate that you install?
No. Nope. And the great thing is there's nothing. So it comes ready to go. So the moment you guys install them, you chirp it just like that, wake it up, and then it's ready to read. And that comes with 10 years of data. That's 20-year battery. It's supposed to last 20 years. So it's full replacement, full warranty for the first 10 years. No monthly billing fees. No problem. No extra charges at all to help her out with this. Nothing at all. So everything's included from the very get-go.
How long have these been around?
We've been in business 31 years. We've got over 800,000 of these installed throughout U.S., Canada, and some in Paris.
Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
I was just there. I could have checked it out.
Yeah, just north of Bernie.
Yeah.
So the next question I have is cost
$395 per the meter, and that
per meter.
and that includes all of your monthly. There's no monthly fees. It's like a
That's
prepaid
one
cell
flat
phone.
rate. No other expenses after that.
Yep.
And you don't have to get them all at once. We can get one a month if we wanted to.
But there's no discount for bulk rate.
So I can go the lowest I can go, complete change out. Because I've already given. What I gave you and I honored it. That was my if you order 50 or more. The real price is $415. But when I was talking to you on the phone,
Yeah.
$395, and
I
I'm
was just
someone
getting
that
ready
sticks
to-
by my word.
I was just getting ready to say they're $100 cheaper at that $390 than the other ones we got that don't work.
Do you have to have a cellular service line?
So no, it goes off of a cell signal, so there's no extra infrastructure costs at all.
And that hooks up to software we have on our computer then.
Yep.
And it don't interfere with the other ones that we currently have, does it?
Not at all. And I've actually replaced some, and what I've done is I've created a different sequence, like a different route, so that way you can leave your existing ones that are functioning correctly,
Mhm.
and any of your problem areas that you're having with those,
Replace
you can
those.
replace just those only.
That was my next question. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Now we had what, 255?
We have
of them?
255.
And how many of them are not working?
148. What did you say last
There
time?
was 115. I remember that number, but I don't remember if
I
that's
think
how many
115
were working or
I
were
think
not
that's
working.
115 that are working. The rest of them were not.
Something like that. That was a big number.
Payday, you got a question?
255 total
Yeah,
gas.
I just
The
got
water
a quick
meters.
question. I know from experience that they have problems with meter pits filling with water around here occasionally. So how does that affect that? And if it messes up, that water the warranty, or how does that work?
So this is a completely waterproof unit. This antenna, but the difference between my unit is this is a completely submerged. The antenna.
255 times 395.
So it's fully submersible,
So you
completely
don't-
waterproof, and then we've got some dielectric
15,
grease that goes on here,
45,000.
goes there. And then that's completely waterproof. So electronics are submersible, and then you can either have a pit mount that goes through the lid, or if you got a paddle antenna which goes underneath it if you have a composite lid.
What's the function of that piece on top that looks like a solar panel?
That's the paddle lid.
This is the
Exactly
paddle. This is the antenna. Yep. So our electronics are here, and the good thing about having because this is a maintenance issue sometimes that mowers hit these things, and rather than any kind of problem that you have with a mower hitting it, you'd have to replace the whole unit. This is a $25 antenna that you have to replace rather than the entire
It
unit.
sits on top of the meter cover.
Yeah, so this will go through the actual meter lid
Right.
unless you guys have the composite lids without the hole in them. But what kind of lids do you guys have currently?
Yeah, they're all.
Do they have a hole through them?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah. So we're one of the only manufacturers that doesn't void your warranty and require composite lids. We do recommend composite lids, but you can put this right through that existing hole and completely waterproof.
So if a homeowner goes in it with a mower,
It's a $25 antenna.
That we can
so it's
charge the
$25 fee for the
Just for the
either-
antenna.
Either us or for the homeowner.
Yeah, it's however you guys want to figure that out as a city. It's just the cost of the actual antenna to be replaced if it happens is just this one piece that you have to replace. You're not replacing the entire meter. And then if there ever is any kind of issues with our electronics, let's say that because it is electronics, and if they do malfunction sometimes by going dead. If they do die, there's no water interruption. You can take these two set screws out and then basically replace just the electronics that's from Metron. It'll be 100% covered. but there's no interruption in water or anything like that. So it's a quick, it takes maybe
Plug and play.
5 minutes, plug and play, and you're done.
Yeah, see that?
Yes. What's your guys' water
Sandra's-
quality? Do you guys have quite a bit of sand, rocks, or anything like that?
Do we have a lot of sand in our water?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I think we have good water, don't we?
I think we
Yeah.
have
We
good
have
water.
really good water.
It's in good shape.
We're gonna have better
Thanks to
water
the
here in a
zebra
couple
mussels,
years.
our water's pretty clear before we even under the plant.
I've got zebra mussels over at my lake as well, and I've cut my feet on them more than once. Yeah. We actually introduced yellow perch to control them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's an option. So this Sandra sang your praises. She loves you guys. Do you have a list of other customers that you can legally give me so I can check more than just one person?
I can email you
Opinion.
a lot. I've actually got a list of 52. And then I've got a map of where we're located out throughout the United States and Canada.
Do we know how much our current meters cost?
She said they were about
Uh,
$100
they-
more.
About $100 more than
We
the
did.
We
Then the
spent, what
395.
was it, $125,000 on them?
They're worthless if they're
But
not
they're-
working.
Right.
Yeah.
So when this
Yeah.
pit, if the pit fills up
We
with
did pay
water,
for
and that's
these.
totally submerged,
With
With
366
COVID, yes.
5 days a year.
No problem.
Okay.
Because it's reading off that cord. It's cost $25.
So-
Well, I was just worried about water seeping inside the electronics.
So it's sealed.
That's why I wanted to look at that part you had in your hand there. That's pretty sealed up.
Yeah. And us at Metron, but we don't have any kind of distributors. We do only meters. And we're the ones who manufacture and sell them. And IT
You
support.
manufacture them
Yes.
in America?
Yes. Yep. It's a rare thing, I know.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well,
Very good.
I'm impressed with it. I will say the city doesn't really have a lot of funds. So to be able to piece it in is probably an ideal way to go.
Absolutely.
There's no way that we can afford, in my opinion, 150 units at one time
Yeah.
at $3.95 a piece.
Are you aware of any of your
Close to 40,000
customers
for
using
that.
grant money to purchase them in any fashion?
50
Right now, I'm
or something
going
like that.
through grant money with Marion 4. Yep, they did the HB 2302 application. You guys, if you guys did not apply for that, that grant funding is closed.
Okay.
But we do
Will
have.
you leave that one here when you go?
I've done that before, but I'm running low on them. And like I said, we've got 2 different providers. We got AT&T and we've got Verizon. And by changing the carrier, that is just changing the electronic units itself.
So,
Verizon don't work.
well, I'm just curious. For instance, where I live, I get terrible cell service. Does that matter with these?
So it's we got
I
our
know
own
it goes
special
off-
like frequency. So it's
Oh.
not your generic. So like best way I like to think about it is if you're an iPhone person and you can't get that blue text message to get through, but you always get the green now.
Mhm.
That's kind of like what our signal is.
Okay.
Just to kind of put it down in my layman's terms for myself to explain it. And it goes in the off-peak time. So imagine you're like at Arrowhead. There's a lot of people there using it. You got cell
Gotcha.
problems there.
Bandwidth.
That's why between midnight and 6 a.m. and off-peak hours, it'll transmit and send.
And do you have a contract that you work with the cities with?
I have a contractor that comes and installs them.
He's
He's
a contract for services between you and the city.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Could you get us a copy of something along that line so we can have our attorney look at it?
Absolutely.
I think that'd be wise to do that before we.
I think it sounds like all we gotta do is figure out where the money's gonna come from.
Well, it's great we can do it.
I
at a
I
time.
like it.
Yeah, I like the piecemeal at a time. It's 5 or 10 at a time.
We
Like
can
in
have
the
some.
city of McLeod, they order 2 a month to
Oh,
get,
well,
and they
that's-
started
yeah.
out with about 200 initially, and then they get 2 a month just to stick within budgetary needs.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'd have to do something very similar.
We got a big cell.
Okay. All right.
Did I give you my email?
No, but if you could,
I'll give that to you.
Brian, appreciate you taking the time to come up here from Kansas City and talk to us about that.
absolutely. Thanks for having me out.
Our next meeting is October
27.
27th. which is Monday night. Normally the second and fourth Mondays of the month is when we conduct our meetings.
Very good.
I won't make you a promise that we'll have a decision by then, but we will have if you can shoot over a fax copy of that
For sure.
or email it to her, we can send it to the attorney and he can read over it and see if he has any problems.
Sounds great.
The dollar amounts we can fill out later.
Watch out for the deer on your way back to camp.
Yeah.
Yes, please be careful.
Coda on Friday.
All right.
Thank you very much for your time.
Brian, thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Well,
Thank you, Becky, for bringing him in.
good find.
Next thing, Becky, on the agenda, you've got new computer selection.
Right, I was hoping you guys could make that decision tonight. My computer is on its last day.
How about a fix me stick? Will that work?
Claw or a ball?
Yes.
No, it's actually a computer thing you put in your USB port and it's supposed to clean up a bunch of stuff in there and make it run like new, supposed to.
The only downside is new is 10 years old and doesn't do as much good.
Right. All right. What do you think, council? You had a chance to look at this?
I don't see an issue getting either the rebuild that they would do for us. It's the least cost. It's on par with everything else, and it actually has the biggest hard drive of the group.
And he said that box is still good. He could use it. Whatever that's up there.
You replace everything though?
Yeah, it's just a gut and build a new computer in an old case, basically. Good stuff.
Just needs Josh and us. Nice to build.
I agree with that.
It's the least expensive, but it meets all of our needs. It's on par with everything else in price, and it has the biggest hard drive. Which honestly, storage space is probably one of the most important things.
Well, that's the reason my computer keeps crashing.
Get her done. Yeah.
I'll move for the computer rebuild.
Second.
Motion by Brett to purchase the computer rebuilt for $800, seconded by Jason. Any further comments, questions, concerns? Those in favor? The motion carries.
Rebuilt the same computer like 5 times. It's always a good day. Good way to go.
I wanted to tell you guys, last meeting, you were asking this Mint Mobile plan. You want to know when. It's the phone for the public officer, animal control officer. It's $150 a year. Can you believe that?
That's nice.
I might look into that myself. And then in your packets, there's the increase of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield premiums.
What do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about the Mint Mobile? Or do
She
you
was
want to
just
talk
I
about
was just informing you.
that's just
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry.
Just
Was I
this.
supposed to wait?
Well, no, I didn't know if you wanted us to make a decision on that tonight or if you want us to just know about it.
Well, we already have it. It was on the
Okay.
appropriations. And
Okay.
last meeting, you guys,
Terry,
nobody
it's
was certain who
It's my phone.
it belonged to. Well, it's not. It belongs with the public officer.
But you were having trouble with it last I heard, and that's why I thought maybe this was
Oh,
gonna be
it's
something
just in,
different.
it's just in here. I can't use it back here.
Can you?
I can go to the front.
Are you getting
and the front-
service? Are you getting service at home on that phone?
Yes, I am now.
You are now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the rain or what, but it's working at home.
Okay.
But no,
All right. Because last I heard you were having trouble with it at home, and
no, it's
wasn't
done.
getting it.
It's all right.
Okay. Now let's go. All right. So that's good. Let's go back up to the Blue Cross and Blue Shield premium. Okay, Becky.
Well, it shows the increase. It renews December 1st. They want any changes hopefully by November 1st, first week or so.
So by next
If
meeting,
there's, yeah, if you want to make any changes, we got to get them in there. Because it will automatically renew.
Okay, and the renewal is only $5.85, for example, on that very first one.
Uh-huh.
$11.35, and that's every 2 weeks. No, monthly renewal. Okay, never mind. That's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
No,
No,
was talking.
to be honest,
I thought it was gonna be way worse.
my own
So did I.
personal insurance is a lot worse than this, so
I was thinking
It went
closer
up.
to 8 to 10% is what I was thinking it was gonna go up.
it went up a lot on mine.
What is
So
it? We
this
have
is
our
correct.
This is-
employee,
this is good.
employee dependents. Is that what they have?
I'm sorry.
What's your question, Brett?
Which plan do we use?
Right. Which one is it? So there's four. There's four plans here. So Barry would be on the just single employee, which would be the
Correct.
$659.82
Plus
a
585.
month
$585.
plus $585, which we pay 100% of. And then two employees are on a family plan, but are they employee children, employee spouse, or employee dependents? Because then if it's employee dependents, then that is the 2,759 plus 1,795, right?
What? 759
20,000,
7,859.
plus the 1790.
2,000.
So which one is it? Is what
The employee dependents would be wife or should be spouse and that one is,
so that's the one that
because the other one just says employee
Jen
slash
and
spouse.
Mike would have it,
Right.
So that is 2,700 and
No,
No.
2,078.
2,078.59 a month
A month.
Plus the 1795 is the new increase.
plus 17.
Well,
Right?
is that plus 17 to that, or is that the new total?
I knew you were going to ask that. I believe it's plus.
I believe it's plus.
What do you mean?
Was
He
the
wants to-
2078
the 17's
what we
included.
were paying, or is the 2078 the new total?
Is that a deal breaker?
That's what I
No.
asked.
No, I'm just curious about the number.
Well, if you add these two numbers, it's 2078. So I'm guessing it's 1795.
Oh, I'm reading
What?
it wrong.
That's what I asked.
Read what it
This is an
says.
increase from last year to this year
Last year was
of
2078.
1795,
Right,
but this
and now
is the
it's
total.
Now it's gonna increase 1795.
No.
$17.95.
Read
So
it.
This says September 2025. This is the current rate, $22,078.59.
Right.
It's an increase of $17. Was I the only?
You're
No,
saying the
no,
same
you're
thing
right.
in
It's an
different words.
increase of 1795 from what you're seeing of the printed
Right,
price.
so it's not,
It'd be 2096.54.
no. That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that is the increase.
Oh, well, I'm reading right above where it says listed below are your monthly renewal premiums that will be effective
on the
your
renewal
renewal date.
Which means these are the new premiums.
These are the new
They will
premiums.
remain in effect until you're, okay, so,
She added the increase from
The-
2024
so we're
to
paying less than,
2025.
we're paying 1795 less currently. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes,
All right, makes sense too.
But
but this is the number.
the new number will be
That's why I was like, that doesn't even make sense. Why would they do
$78.
this?
$78.56
Yeah.
59 cents per employee a month, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's a much better increase than I thought, so I'm okay moving forward with it. Because personally, we got a lot worse of a deal.
And we're still looking into either group plans with other cities or going with a state insurance in the future. We're still researching that, are we not?
Yeah, because I don't have any
No new
information.
Yeah,
Does anybody else
No,
I know, yeah.
This is the first I've heard of it.
that we were looking into that?
Just real
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
If you have a calculator, what is that per year per employee?
it
Would
was
that be like $24,000?
discussed before you started.
Well, take it times 12.
I don't have a calculator.
I'll tell you in a second. $24,943.08. Per employee per year. Currently times 2
For the employee dependents.
for employee slash dependents. We have 2 employees that fall under that category, so that'd be 24,943.08 times 2. The other
Which
one
would
is,
roughly for the two, 50 grand a year. And then what's the?
where do you get,
single
where do
family?
you mean? That'd be 48, 49 for that one, and then the other one is,
79, 17, 84.
So the other plan that Barry has is 7,984.
917 and 84 cents.
so So we still need to look and see if there's other insurance programs out there that might get us a better deal that gives them at least the same type of insurance coverage.
Yes.
All right. Anything else on those three?
Just to clarify, we had asked at some point in our budget talks is if we could talk to Alma about theirs because they're actually in with the state. Isn't that
I
correct?
think that was one of the options.
To see how they went about that and then what it might save us if they could share that or something. I don't know.
Okay.
They may be open to letting you know. I don't know.
'Cause I think there was another option. There was other small municipalities with limited crews of people that maybe we could join all together and maybe get a bigger discount rate.
Well, I have that email that I can message all the cities.
I want to ask Boyd Davis a question about that. We had a meeting up there some time ago, and I believe one of the city clerks for Alma was in there, and we talked about insurance. Did she say that they were their own little deal with the state? You remember what she said about that? There, you remember? You take a note. So I got the impression that
County, she's with the county.
she's with the county, not the
And-
city
and
employees.
not the city,
Okay.
and so the county does their own thing. I thought the city looked through the legalities and somewhere else.
That's what I thought it was.
Okay, then we can check. Out. We'll check with them. Okay.
Call the gal down. I'm not
Thank you,
sure.
Boyd. Appreciate that.
Your voice changed.
Employees of the county.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay, let's move on. Robin? There you are. What do you want to tell us about Windermere Way?
5 Windermere Way, the dock has been removed. Here's a picture of it. Brett said to make a couple.
Oh, I took one. I took one.
You wouldn't mind passing it.
So there's extra.
I think we all have one.
I'm not sure that I have one.
And
Okay.
the new owner has submitted a permit application. Of course, the project wouldn't be started till next spring. So asking for approval on that. And we're unsure if he pays $50 for the permit. We think he did.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty positive he did.
I'll move to approve it.
Okay, I don't have the photos of my Okay,
It's gone.
but that dock's been removed.
No, the dock is gone, correct?
Yes.
Are the poles still there?
He asked to leave them because if,
He's using them.
For the next dock?
right,
Okay. Well, as long as they're gonna be used and not left.
no, they're gonna be used.
Do you want me to amend it? I'll move to approve as long as the poles are used.
What, I don't see anything in here on paperwork that we're voting on that. What are we voting on? There's nothing on here.
The structure permit?
Here, let me get your copy.
I don't have a copy of the structure permit.
Right here, Terry.
Oh, is that the last page?
Is this your copy?
Your copy now.
There was
Your
only
copy,
two
Peter.
copies on the table.
Okay.
Oh,
I got one, Robin.
Get one?
I do
Yeah.
now.
There's none.
Yeah, somebody stapled it to the papers for us.
Oh, and I wanted to wish Jason a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, he's like this.
It was nice getting my birthday off.
Here's yes.
Did we miss your birthday too, Andy?
It's okay.
So that was yes.
Youngest child syndrome. Just saying.
I was gonna say, I saw that Annie had a birthday. I didn't see
Was it
yours.
recently?
So,
Happy
So
birthday.
we're-
happy birthday to.
Friday.
It was Friday.
Brett moved
Happy
to
birthday to
approve
you
the
too.
Was this Friday or
Structure permit,
We're
Provided
3 days
that-
apart.
provided
Provided
the
that they're using
the poles are used.
Happy birthday to you too, Andy.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah, you suck.
And given that I was second.
Sally's gonna hit you.
What?
Okay,
Being
motion.
used or
I gotta hear
removed.
Who made the motion?
Brett.
Being
Right.
used for the new dock.
And if they're not, then they may be removed.
Yes.
Who's second?
So motion by Brett to approve the permit for 5 Windermere Way, correct?
Uh-huh.
Jeez. Can't read this fast enough on here. By Brett, seconded by Tim with the provisions he told you about, right, on those poles. That they're staying and only to be removed if they're not used as part of the deck next spring.
There we go.
Any further comments?
Nothing to it.
Do you have that one?
If you,
I missed details.
did everybody want a copy?
No.
Okay.
And
Those in favor? That motion carries forward.
allegedly, we still have to collect the fee for the.
No, he paid it.
I do, okay.
Okay, next one, 440 East Glen Hills Drive.
Well, you guys do not have that one because it's in my hand. Okay. And this one, we were waiting on the survey, and the survey is attached to the back of those sheets there. And the only thing I have on that one is we did not charge them for what we are calling a patio or a backyard
This
patio.
is not the correct.
What? What'd you say?
Is there another copy of that over there?
What are you looking at, Brad?
This is the survey for Plevioc then, right? But it's not the correct survey because you still don't see the structures and everything that's on. the-
Yes, they sent one with all that.
They're
Right
not gonna
here.
put flagpoles and stuff. They're gonna build it.
Yeah,
Okay,
go north.
go north. Got it.
Young man.
I'm not young anymore.
Old man.
Younger than us. What did you charge them?
I believe I think they were gonna remove it and just never did. So that's the only structure that they did not pay for.
Okay, so the new people will remove it.
So we'll remove it. I'm assuming that's what you guys are gonna decide.
Yeah, just,
And they are
I guess,
still
ask
they're
them if
being
they're going to keep it or remove it. And if they keep it, then they pay for it.
if they remove it.
Correct.
What?
So the backyard patio, which kind of sits up off, you have to go down. But it sits in the backyard on their backyard on our property. And so if they remove it, we won't bill them. If
The
they
deck?
keep- We're calling it a backyard patio.
Oh, is it in the air?
Is it this thing right here that you're talking about? You talking about that? This entire structure?
Yes, it's the bottom
Or are you
left
talking
foot.
about that sidewalk? Okay.
I didn't touch
I didn't
it.
think it's tall.
I didn't touch it.
So here's
It says
backyard
patio.
patio.
That's why.
Oh.
That's right here.
Okay.
Oh, this one here.
Oh, the
Yeah.
gravel?
So is that gravel or is that rock? What is that?
It's
Gravel.
it's not concrete.
And what's that around it? 4x4 posts or 2x4s?
Railroad ties or
Okay.
not.
Okay. Okay.
It's coming back to me.
And then also, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to. The back,
Yeah.
did you see that?
The what, Robin?
Off their house, they have a deck and a little bit of it maybe on their property as well.
So then that's two structures that they'll need to pay for. Unless they remove the deck. I mean, obviously they aren't gonna
They're
move
not
something
gonna
that's
do
attached
that.
to the house, so that'll have to be paid for, but if they remove the patio down on the shoreline, then they can remove that fee.
What's the second one, Brad?
She just said it was the deck on the deck off the
Go back
house.
to the next page and I'll show you. That right there.
That right there. And where is this?
No, yeah. No.
Is that,
Can that be prorated since it's a sliver?
I want to know, I want
No,
I want to know if it's,
they should
come here
have
and show
built
me,
it
show me on
right.
these pictures here where that
I see.
1.2 excess is located.
Right here.
1.2 feet.
1 foot, 2 inch. Right there.
That flag, Gary.
Or 1.2 feet.
Yeah.
And where
Who
is it
measured
again?
that?
It's on the survey, so whoever did the survey.
So we pay for patio, a lamppost, a shed, a backyard patio.
Mhm.
And we're adding two more things.
You know which one it was. Do that for me, would you please?
The backyard patio, they never, I don't think they paid for it, they were gonna remove it. and they
Of course, that
never
might be the
removed it.
difference, because back then it might
So
have
then
just
we
been like
will
that.
remove it and pay for it, which they leave the extra not pay for this year. That deck was a discovery, after we requested a correct survey, and the correct survey came back, their back deck is built onto our land.
Which is why when I saw that line, my original thinking was it was just the
Find
paper.
where the line is on this thing.
So there's the survey line.
Okay.
That's the back edge of the deck. That's what they're talking about.
Which is a foot, but we've made people correct a walkway by 8 inches.
This would be a little more than that. There was one we had, they had a stairwell that came down and the corner, a single post was on our property.
That was George Brown.
But it was only one post on a corner.
I was gonna say it was just a very, very corner.
Yeah, it was very minimal, and we didn't charge for that one.
We did the retaining wall that was set in with it. But we let the post go, but that's like what,
That's one little bit. This is a little more than that.
right?
So I'll entertain a motion on this. What do you guys want to do with it?
Well, I think, so they have the patio that Plebiacs were gonna pay for, not pay for because they were gonna remove, and then they did not remove the patio and now sold the property. So the new owners that have the patio are there. If they remove the patio, then they will have to pay the structure fee. If they leave it, then they have another structure fee. Then going to the deck that's built onto the house, that's built over a foot onto our property, which is another structure fee as well.
Technically, yes.
Is it concrete or wood?
Wood.
Just cut it off. Put a chair there, somebody sit on the edge.
Well, they could
That's
modify it
around.
to
They could
the line,
modify it.
come into compliance
Yeah, and then
and be fine.
Since everybody's joining in on the conversation, can I ask a question? I get the impression that you're deciding after this sale of the property whether the city, the structures on the city properties are in compliance with city regulations. Is that right? After the sale of the property?
This is the duck
Why in the
transfer.
world is not that the responsibility of the realtor to get to the city and make sure that's all right before these people that buy these things are blindsided? This makes no sense.
We have instructed the realtors that we know of that sell property out there to follow those rules and regulations in the past. And whether they do it or not, we can't hold their hand to see to it that they're doing it. That's one of the concerns we have with that. Your idea is absolutely correct. The realtor should be pointing this out before the sale is even made.
The problem is that's not done.
It'd be a beautiful thing if they did that, payday.
They haven't.
We'd love
Don't
that.
they have an
Find the realtor,
instruction
start
sheet?
turning it into the state and find the realtor. I mean, there's something wrong with this whole process.
It's crazy how.
Well, there's
Blindside these people after they buy something.
The whole issue,
As far as-
the whole issue in
They
reality,
didn't get one of our packets.
if everybody listen, please, just for a minute. Since I've been here for 4 years, the issue that I have seen is not something that just popped up in the last 4 years. This is something that's been ongoing for the last probably 30 or 40 years. That people at the lake were adding and doing and adding and doing without our knowledge of it whatsoever. Now, whose fault is that? I don't want to point fingers. I'm not about to point fingers. But my point in the whole thing is the city of Eskridge for the last, we'll say 40 years, for lack of knowing for sure, has failed to keep up with what's been going on out at the lake. And that's why this is totally out of hand. And really, in reality, it appears to me like the last 8 or 10 years, the city council has been trying to get a handle on it and get people notified, and we're trying to work with them. And so now they have, the city created rules, so to speak, that before a property can be sold, it has to be inspected by our compliance officer, because we have one now. When years past we did not. And we're finding all kinds of structures on city property that's not being accounted for. And that's creating a large turmoil between Lake residents and the Eskridge City Council. And I understand that. Like I said, this is something that should have been ongoing for 40 years, and we never would have had this problem today if it had been. Yeah.
Well, for one thing, all they used to charge them for is docks.
Right.
And so you kind of added structures, not you people specifically, but
right, the council
structures
did.
have been added in the last multiple years when it wasn't required, and now all of a sudden you're requiring it. It sounds to me like, and you charge for each structure. But I don't ever remember charging for anything but docks.
Well, Payday, part of the reason for that is because we're having people, let's say that I have a house up on the lake. I've lived there for several years. I built everything, of course, on the city's property because I don't want that stuff on my own land. So I built on the city's property. And then I sold my house to you. Now, I didn't do any maintenance on this, on the deck or the patio or that shed or whatever I have that's on the city's property, because I don't want it on my property. It's all dilapidated and falling apart, but I sold my property to you. Now, are you going to go out there and clean all that stuff off and make it look pretty? Or are you going to say, well, shoot, that junk was there when I bought it and it's not even on my property, it's on city property. Who's responsible
I
for it?
understand what you're saying. I'm not getting at that.
Okay.
I'm getting at that ought to be disclosed before the sale.
It is. We have a flyer that is supposed to go out with the sale of each property out there that details all of that. And we've had that in place for quite a while. Whether that gets passed down to the person is on the realtor. And like I said, it'd be a beautiful thing if they did pass that information on.
There's consequences for realtors that don't follow the rules.
Well, I guess we don't know the reporting of that situation, because I certainly would have reported it. So who do you go to for that?
I don't either. I just know.
Okay, well, okay.
I mean, it's something needs to be looked into. It looks to me like.
I wish we could hold their feet to the fire too.
And likewise, I can honestly say, of the 250 some residents that have lakefront property out there, just in the last 4 years, there's no way our compliance officer has had enough time to go out and inspect each one of those 250 properties to see if they're in compliance or not. And right now, the only thing she has time to do is when people are transferring properties, because those are popping left and right all the time. People are coming and going. So we don't have enough people to go out and survey it. She's doing the best she can. Eventually, we will get to all of them. Unfortunately, some people have gotten away with it for the last 40 years. Now, I don't know when they started charging for things other than docks. I'm going to say it was close to about 16 years ago.
Had to be.
That's what I'm thinking, but
That could be.
but don't hold that, but don't hold that to me.
For anything but docks years ago.
And in reality, it's not any different than the city with compliance officers. We never had compliance officers around the clock for the last, when I say around the clock, I mean with all the councils over the last 30 or 40 years. We do now, and people are, we're creating a firestorm with those folks, because now they're being hit with the ordinances that should have been enforced 20 years ago, and they're not. You know, and that's a problem that we deal with constantly in here. Seriously, and you got to start somewhere. That's all I can say. You got to start somewhere. And if we're hitting the people that are selling the properties before we hit those that have been there for the last 30 years and not sold their property, that's just the way it goes. Same way with downtown Eskridge. If we've got bricks falling off the building, we're going to go after that building before we go after somebody else's that's out of compliance, just for safety reasons. No other reason for doing that. So,
but you talk about not having compliance in the past. That's not true. Because I tell you, I built a garage that was not out of compliance because it was on a corner lot. They'd had a committee of people at that point in time, this back in 1984.
Okay.
And they had a committee of people that come and surveyed that to make sure that that structure where it was out of compliance wasn't obstructing views as terms of alleys, streets, and all those types of
Mhm.
things. And then they had to publish it in the paper to see if anybody objected to put that building on that place that was out of compliance.
Okay.
And if they don't, then you get it. They think there's a process.
Right. So when you said it was out of compliance when you built it,
No, it was, okay,
but let me just interrupt. Let me rephrase my comment to make it a little more clear. We've had the ordinances. We haven't had compliance officers to go out and check it. But when people did come in with something to do or we find out that it's out of compliance, the problem was we didn't enforce it. That's the problem. The city did not enforce
well, I think
these
there were-
projects
I
for
think there
years
were
and years and
fence
years.
deal One time that was out of compliance and was built, and the rest of the council was getting ready to hammer it. But I talked them in and letting it go.
There you go. Well, there you go.
Because it was a valid,
Realist,
the reason they put it there was a valid
Can I,
reason. I'm not gonna go into detail.
Okay.
But anyway, I felt that it didn't hurt anything, but that's after the fact. I'm talking about before the fact. When you issue a building permit or a permit for whatever, if it's not in compliance, there ought to be a way to circumvent that if it's not hurting anything. See what I'm saying?
like the grandfather.
Like define not hurting anything. Like
I-
if I went and put something on your
Yes,
property,
right,
if it's not
but
hurting
again,
it, I should be able to
specific.
let it
I
stay.
built that garage down at 201
Have this talk
East
outside.
Second Street. It's too close to it can't be past the existing structure. Because, and on a corner lot, both sides are considered the front of the building. On the front of the building, you can't have it any closer to the street, the existing structure. I wanted to put it out closer so it didn't cost me thousands of dollars of concrete, set it back in the middle of the yard. Well, they had a whole committee of people that went out and looked at it and decided it was okay. It wasn't blocking any view, any traffic or anything like
Then
that.
you're good to go.
And so then they published it, see if anybody else had a problem with it, and then we done it. But what I'm getting at on this deal that you're talking about, there needs to be some kind of a something before them people that buy them are blindsided.
And I think
Well, they're
we,
not
We're
really
trying, we're trying.
blindsided.
I do believe we addressed this problem.
Every
Uh,
time somebody,
Let's wind it in.
yeah,
Bring it back.
we send them the rules and regulations of the lake, so they have the information. It's
They-
just,
They
yeah,
do.
They do have it. They're not blindsided.
Okay.
At what point do you send that to them, Becky? And to whom do you send it?
both, I guess, the
Both.
seller. So I have had people call me up and say, hey, I would like to get my dog on a train, or I would like to transfer my dog. What's the process? So I say, well, I need to get the rules and regulations into the hands of the seller, the buyer, sorry. And they need to know, so they'll know up front.
They actually sign a paper
They-
saying that they received them.
Uh-huh. And then
Is this
the,
before or after the sale is consumed?
before,
consummated?
it's supposed to be before. Now, we can't always control when people contact us.
Right.
However, the seller is also supposed to get a survey. I guess if a recent one hasn't been done, I'm
For
still
tier
new
one.
at this. Uh-huh.
For tier one.
Those for tier one. Uh-huh. And so we just had this happen actually. So a buyer had structures, we found out from the survey, on their property that they hadn't been paying for. The
That the
seller,
seller had not been paying for.
sorry, that the seller had not been paying for. Okay.
That was a realtor.
There was a realtor. I
Okay.
knew better.
So anyways, that doesn't matter. What happened was that the buyer came in to pay for that. And we're like, well, you ought to put it in your contract just that you get that money back. So they work it out amongst themselves. They know up front. The buyer doesn't have to buy that property. Nobody's forcing them to buy that property. They already know that there's going to be structure fees. We've already educated them on that the survey's already found that out for them. They could back out of the deal. So there are things in place.
If I could, I know in the case of Plebiac's sale, it was an out-of-town realtor who sold it. I've never seen their sign before, so they probably weren't familiar with the regulations involving the docks and structures. I bet the sale occurred and was closed before the buyer ever knew they had to
Right.
do certain things to comply with Eskridge rules and regulations.
It could have been.
When
We
you
also
have
had-
an out-of-town realtor, it may have been ignorance that they didn't inform.
Were they
buyer.
the ones who bonded sight unseen?
No.
No.
I
Because
can
just recently we had somebody buy their property sight unseen.
Well, I want to say one thing more to that, and then we need to move on.
Sure, I'm ready.
And on this particular thing for this particular project we're talking about, it says here that the owner requested to be on the agenda for a meeting back in March of 2024. So this is not something new and not something that just popped up that they weren't aware of. The
buyer
owner,
wasn't aware.
the buyer wasn't aware, but the owner was aware of it. And the owner somehow has skated by with not having to pay this structure fee or remove it. In fact, if I were to go back and look at that, based on what it says here, it says the previous owners were going to remove the backyard patio, but it is still there. So when did that conversation take place with the previous owner? So there's a lot more to it than what everybody, what everybody might be seeing or
I
hearing
think
right
this one
now.
didn't have an option to be paid for because it was gravel. And it was supposed to be removed because it's gravel.
People have put gravel on the lake
We
shore.
don't allow
And it's
gravel.
also
Shoreline
an
had removed
Airbnb,
that.
so every
Right.
structure.
It's an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Oh, this is also an Airbnb, which that makes a difference too.
It
Oh.
used to be when Plebiacs owned it.
So no longer on
No.
that one?
Well, I can't attest to that.
Okay. I was kind of curious about
They
that.
do not, they have not come before our
Yeah.
zoning
Yeah.
board for a permit, so it isn't at this time.
Okay.
I don't,
Thank you.
I don't have a problem with with charging for the upper deck being on in this patio that they didn't remove. I still have a problem with the lamppost on this. It is ridiculous. If you look at it, it looks like it's still on the concrete of the patio. They just added garden pavers and some like mulch or dirt there for a garden bed. Like, it's not huge. To me, it seems a little silly to be charging for a lamppost. I don't think we've ever done that on anyone else. And just because it has pavers around it doesn't mean it's a structure. It's actually on the patio if you look at the angle
There
on
has
this.
to be electrical dug into it somewhere.
And several people have lights. We don't charge them. But it's literally in this
I would hope
concrete
that
block or the patio that we're charging for already. So that's like two separate fees. And honestly, it's not like we don't have stuff to charge here. Like now you're adding, well, they didn't pay for that one, obviously, but now we're adding the deck up top.
It's my hope that the
I
new
don't-
council that comes in will come up with some kind of a plan to make it easier for the people that have structures on city property to pay perhaps one flat fee
So
for
you're
whatever they
talking
have
about
out there, not
440
this and that. Pardon me?
You're talking about
Yes.
440 East Flint Hill Drive.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that's been a big problem from day one.
Okay. All right, well,
I'm familiar
let's
with that.
move on to another problem. Okay,
Are we?
but I'm hoping the new council.
They're already paying for.
I see there's several candidates for council in here
My
tonight,
issue,
so
though.
if you're on the board, I hope that you guys would consider doing something like that for Lake residents, as opposed to, as you said a few weeks ago, nitpicking every single thing they're doing on the property. I think it'd be a lot easier if there's a flat fee to cover everything that's out there and be done with it. Then there is none of this arguing back and forth whether you have a lamp
That
post or
started
not.
on day one when they started building the dock and never told nobody. I can tell you a whole story about that.
Are we accepting this one or not?
Yeah, waiting on them to decide because they're looking at they're waiting on a survey to transfer the dock. So do you want to transfer the dock to the new
Can you
owner?
let us talk? I think that's where we're at, is we need to discuss it.
That's what I'm
more.
asking you. I'm
We
looking
haven't
for-
actually been able to do that.
Okay, we've already got the survey. So now the question is, are we going to transfer the dock to the new owners or not? That's the question.
So basically, either they can adjust the deck into compliance or pay for it. Remove are we giving them the option to pay for that patio or
The
not?
patio has to be removed because it's gravel and we don't allow gravel.
Okay, so there's
Jason's
not an
correct.
option there.
So remove the patio, gravel patio, and either pay for the deck or adjust it into their property.
Modify it too, right?
I hate that flagpole thing, but I mean, if
There's lots of
Now, are we talking
different
about
views.
2025 or 2026?
We're talking about 2026.
Okay.
Aren't we?
Right, we,
I mean,
When it
when
renews.
it comes in here, we
I
don't,
think
we've
they
never
would.
gone back
yeah,
to collect fees.
No, 'cause
We're
they paid
just
for the
start
year.
collecting moving forward.
Right, but these people came in and paid all their 2025 fees.
Not these people. The next people.
Right.
Okay.
I guess it's a matter of between them then if they want to reimburse for that portion of time, like not us.
So who wants to give me a motion on that?
So
I,
go for it.
I so move to approve the transfer with the removal of that gravel patio and the addition to the deck on the property.
Do they have the option to pay for the deck though, if they want?
Yes,
Okay.
the deck, absolutely.
Either pay or adjust the deck.
Right.
Okay.
But definitely remove the backyard patio.
Yes.
Okay. And we need to find out if it's gonna be.
You find over there?
I would entertain them paving over the gravel and have it as their foundation. Apply for a patio permit and then keep it. But
But then pay the fee.
pay the fee, yes.
Okay, so the shoreline is that.
Well, that's up to them, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just saying that
If they want
that's
patio,
what they wanted
they
to
can-
go with. I would definitely.
They can build it with inspection.
It's like, well, I like that patio. Can I change this, what it's made of? Sure, pour concrete on top of it.
We don't allow concrete patios.
That's right.
We allow paver patios.
Well, there goes that then.
Let me see if I got
You
this
still do
motion
papers on
correct.
gravel.
Just trying to work
Do that,
with.
that's nice.
Yep.
Let me-
I
If
guess
they
I'll
can
second that
bring it into
motion, so we actually have a,
Let me
a real one.
read the motion, see if this way it's supposed to be written up. Brett made a motion to approve the transfer of the dock to the new owners with the removal of the gravel patio, and the deck has to either be paid for or adjusted to be in compliance.
Correct.
Seconded by Annie. Any further comments on this one? Questions? Those in favor?
Put a fork.
Motion carries 4-0. So that's how you have to notify them. Okay. Next up, 361 Lakeshore Drive.
361 Lakeshore Drive. Now, Beck, are these the folks that came in and paid for the structures they weren't paying for? The 2 docks and a shed?
Mm-hmm. I guess,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just.
okay. Cause if there's 2 different people who did that, one was. Help me.
I'm sure it was the owners. Okay, so on this one, we tabled it. Why did we table it?
We tabled it. This is when you text me about.
Mr. Carley's here, you can talk to
Oh,
him.
goody, Mr. Carly.
Cause you needed the better survey.
The better
They,
survey,
they
that's right.
didn't, they
That's
surveyed our, surveyed the property, they didn't survey your.
And your wife came in and spoke with us.
Yeah.
So they've removed the sitting area, or what we call a deck, and they removed the flagpole to their property. And so that leaves the 2 docks and a shed
Uh-huh.
that you'd be responsible for paying for. Now I
Says
call
here
it,
they
I call
pay
it the
for 2.
second shed. That's one up by the house, and we're talking about a smidge.
If we're gonna argue, I'll get a chainsaw.
It's like
That's
a
what your-
jigger.
That's what
I
your
mean,
wife said.
Yeah.
They paid for 2 docks, 1 shed, and 1 deck is what this says here. Does that sound right?
No, the deck is gone.
Yes.
So the deck's
The
gone.
deck's
got
going
rid
to
of
be
this
2
one.
docks and a
Okay, I'm gonna
shed.
scratch off the 1 deck. Okay.
Now they have 2 docks and 1 shed.
Correct.
one shed, not
Well,
two sheds.
The other shed
Yeah,
is the
that
one we're
one's just
talking
the
about.
little bitty corner.
This is 4 foot.
Oh, I
This
think
is
I
big.
You've got the survey, it shows on the survey.
The walk-in 4 foot. And then this is all concrete.
I believe it is.
The previous owners came and paid 2025.
And they're unsure what they need.
We're talking about this thing?
Two structures into
Or
one.
this,
Yes.
What was the first one you pointed at?
the corner
I
thing?
believe that's it.
Are we talking about the thing on the edge of the property?
Yeah.
Like barely over?
I mean, really.
What's this?
Honestly, don't know.
That's the old deck.
Oh, that's
So
this thing.
we do not allow a fence though, so
Yes.
is that still there?
It is right now. If you need the fence down, let's get the fence down.
It's still
I'm
real.
not worried about that. I like this guy.
Where's the fence? I don't see a picture of the
And
fence.
then
behind
it's
the
attached
shed.
to the shed right here.
It's
Oh, that
attached
thing?
to the shed.
Okay.
Oh,
It L shapes to the shed.
And then we
Yeah,
have to
I
make
thought it
sure
was
you
part of the
have numbers
structure.
on both sides of your dogs.
Okay.
will that stop your
Your,
kayaks from blowing away?
you can't combine two to get one.
They're connected. It's part of the structure, they're connected.
They're still two separate things. A shed, a fence, a patio. You can't set it on there and attach it and make it.
Fertilizer the yard.
And this is, you got it sight unseen, where you,
I saw it.
you saw it. Your wife. I've never done anything like that.
She's very sweet.
She's very nice lady.
So do we have the numbers on the dock?
He said he would make sure that they're both on both sides.
Well, that's the question. Do I make them both 361 or do I make the other one?
Three.
We've got the
It's
second
311,
tier
isn't it?
property with that too. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's counts to that.
I would say they're both 361 because that just identifies who the owner is.
Okay.
Because they're both attached to.
Or I didn't know if you wanted like 420. Whatever the other one
So
It's
is.
your
311,
second tier property
actually.
doesn't have a dock.
Well, I own them both, so I guess. So.
I believe
Two docks in the phone and say one's 412 and the other one's 361.
in the
Maybe
If
this
I
is
file,
it.
sell the other one, like, I'm assuming that goes with it. I don't know.
No, not technically, not on our paperwork, because it says dock 1, dock 2, so there's two docks on one.
You don't want to separate.
although in the file, it's actually 311. In a file on a building permit, it's actually, the address is 311 on that document. I don't know where it's come from or anything
I'll
else.
entertain a motion to approve.
Okay, that would work for me. We'll work.
I'll move to approve with the removal of the fence.
I wish I would have done that on Sunday. I was turning the deck in.
You've been doing good, haven't you? You're
I'll
moving
second.
everything.
Tim saying.
Okay, motion by Brett to approve the transfer at 361 Lake Shore Drive to Mr. Carly with the removal of the fence. Seconded by Tim. Any further comments, questions? Those in favor? That motion carries.
Mr. Carly, I appreciate you coming in.
You betcha.
And you know, ripping everything out so fast.
Take care.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, Sally Davis,
Okay.
Her notes.
Dayton Allen.
I move to approve.
Can I just, one more thing? I would like to thank the council for the clothing allowance that they allowed.
You're welcome. Go wear them out.
Pretty simple. You guys already proved it, one at his old house, same kind of fence.
I'll move to approve.
I already did.
Tim White's already did.
I'll second.
Tim Wines, official.
Who second, Brett?
Motion to approve the structure permit from for Dayton Allen by Tim, seconded by Brett. Any further comment?
Nope.
Concerns, questions? Those in favor? Motion carries. Next up,
Okay, the resolution on, Alex, take my copy back,
Sorry.
please.
Sorry. I didn't mean to keep it.
As far as I know, he has not paid, right?
Right.
And that's why we set this. So I don't know where we go from here.
And he's currently not hooked up, right?
No, they still
Since
got
the
it.
fire.
They're still working on putting piping and everything in.
Is he living on the property?
Yes.
That needs to stop. You don't have utilities there.
Well.
What, are you living in a
That's
camper?
reasonable.
Living in, well, I don't know for sure. That's what people say, but there's two guys living there. So I'm not sure if he's living in the house or the camper.
I don't recall us approving a camper at that lot. Does anybody else?
No, that's not approved, but it's not approved to live in a tent in between hay bales either.
Is he living in a tent between hay bales?
He's not.
Personal to this.
Not anymore, are they? They moved, didn't they? Threatened with the sheriff and they left, or are they back?
Talking to Tim?
Brothers?
Sorry, I'm not, I
Going
want
down a
very
rabbit
bad to answer, Marcia, but I won't right now.
You have to fill me in later, Tim.
Gladly.
Please do.
All right, what do you want to do about 414 East Second? You say there's no utilities there, right? And he's not paying for anything that he owes on that.
No.
And
Does
he's
he have any
living,
contact with anybody here? Talk to anybody?
Come in and talk to Lisa the other day. I have no idea what the conversation was. So I don't know.
I mean, you can, I don't remember all of the requirements.
you guys want
It's
to
been
speak
so
up so
long.
we can all hear?
No.
Okay, then let's move on.
The classroom.
Or is this something we need to discuss with Todd next meeting?
I would feel a lot more comfortable.
Me too. We can move actually both of these if you want to the next meeting with.
I don't mind the
discuss it
next-
with Todd. Because I totally understand.
Did they come at all?
No,
They
they're
didn't
not
talk to
here
you
either.
either?
Nope.
Well, did you notify him that the meeting was moved?
Actually, no, I did not.
So you can't really hold him accountable then.
I mean, when we published these, the meeting was set on the 13th.
Oh,
I'm waiting
Yeah, that's
for
not
Todd,
even
for
a,
Alex.
that's not even a regular holiday that we normally take, is it, for the city? So
No.
It's kind of an
I
oddball
didn't
one.
think so.
It's not a city holiday, it was a federal holiday. It wasn't,
Yeah, it's not a city holiday.
not one that we recognize.
We chose to move it, that's all.
You chose, you,
Next meeting, 27th.
I just said we chose to move it, that's all.
yeah, that's all we did, yeah. So if you want to delay this to the 27th for Todd to be here, then we need to notify him to be here the 27th.
Who? Notify who?
The person,
Alex?
yes, I'm trying not to say his name out very loud, but everybody.
And I
knows it
have
by
written
now.
down here too, if we do the 27th, the 28th is his
That's where I
court, so
was
he could
told.
be gone after that.
Do we have to
You said the
republish
28th.
these with the new date? Because
I've never done these
wrong
on
and then-
utilities. That's why I asked you guys way back in the beginning if I was supposed to be doing this or the clerk. And nobody could give me an answer. So I have no clue.
Well, I do feel bad the date was off on these.
I mean, because when we published them in the paper, we had it set for the 13th. So I didn't think legally I could change that.
I guess that would be a question for Todd with this one,
I think both of them. The next one too.
but I would move to go forward with the hearing for 106 Bellevue.
What about Alex? Who moved?
Nobody yet.
No action was taken.
Oh, is that?
Well, we need to
Is that
take
okay?
some action. We either need to
I
table
moved
it,
to table it till the 27th.
Second.
motion to table the 414 East Second property to the 27th by Tim, seconded by Jason. Those in favor? Those opposed? Okay, that carries forward. Now we talk about the next one.
And I'll move forward with that one, 106 Bellevue.
When you say move forward, what do you want to do?
The next steps that Sally needs from like They need to be evicted, right? Because they don't have utilities, correct?
Right. So we do the eviction.
I guess, which requires you to get with the county. And then you
I
guys go
gotta
down
send
there
them
together.
eviction notice. I'll have to look that up again because I gotta remember what all we gotta do.
I would prefer
do
if you
that.
had an officer with you than by yourself. That would be great.
That's no problem. All I gotta do is call them and they'll come.
Ask for an assist.
Yep.
Second.
Motion by Brett to move on to the next step at the 106 Bellevue resolution, seconded by Jason. Any questions, comments, concerns? Those in favor? Carries. Okay, next up,
That's it.
new
For
city
me.
business, caretaker, Lake House.
You
has
asked
that?
to put it on there.
Who did?
Well, we had talked about it at the last meeting, so. And we all were gonna talk about it at this meeting. I didn't think I had too many exuberant thoughts on it, but other people, if anybody went out there to see it.
I went out and looked at it tonight, as a matter of fact.
Inside?
Inside. He picked up the keys for me. So it's not in horrible shape, but if we were a landlord renting that property, we couldn't rent it in the condition that it's in. It needs work for safety. There are exposed electrical outlets. There's at least one ceiling fan that if you kick it on, you can just listen to the motor die. So it needs
Those are
work.
minor things.
They're not terrible, but because they require an electrician to certify that they're protected before we can legally rent as a landlord, they would prevent us from renting the property out. Now, if we were to find somebody who wanted there to work on it as a trade for rent, I've seen that work, and I don't know the legality of that. There's evidence of leaks, but not a lot.
Didn't we put a roof on that recently?
I was
The
gonna
whole
say, I
second
was
floor of
in
the
there, I
building
don't
was
see
cut off and
any-
then the roof built on it.
I didn't see any water damage or smell in it.
It doesn't, the basement smells like a basement. The upstairs doesn't smell bad. But if you walk into the back bedroom straight from the front door, you can see where something has leaked down the wall and come through and it's rusty.
So it's past damage?
It's old damage. There was no water, so I don't know, but it also hasn't rained in the last 2 days.
From 1967, probably.
It might be. It's
That's what I
entirely
live
possible.
there.
Yeah. So it needs some lights fixed. It needs a handful of issues fixed.
Yeah.
There
It's
are some
still
electrical
got-
issues.
It's got good bones.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's
I don't think the building's falling down by any
super
stretch.
good condition. I've lived in worse. And I
Me
think
too.
it's really only
Yes.
cosmetic. The outside porch, the stone one, and the deck could use some help.
With some
It's
work, it
definitely
could
not
be
worth
rentable.
tearing down.
No, I don't think we should tear it down. I think it's probably sturdy enough. I'm not an engineer by any stretch.
Older stuff
Electrician?
was-
I am an electrician, but not that kind of
Oh,
electrician.
that's too bad.
Also, don't think, I think
Well,
there's
there's
other
other
types.
there are definitely
Get
types.
paid, get on city council issue. might be-
Right, that could be entertaining.
Well, you could stay in it for a
Okay,
week while you fix
so
it.
we know what needs to be done now with
I'm already doing
with
that.
that lake house out there, so we need to start working on solutions to get it fixed up. Okay, let's move on. Who wants to talk about the building of the new water plant?
Yeah, why is that on
Is that you, Annie?
No, I didn't have this. She said you did.
I did.
there? You said to put down all three of these things.
I asked about it because I was like, wait a minute, what is that? So you're crossing it
Let's
out.
scratch it.
We did get the application in for the design.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
New water plant. Are you guys going to make improvements to the existing water plant?
No.
The brand new building was gonna be put. Is the existing water plant gonna be tore down?
That's what we're paying all these people to do for us.
To
Yeah.
engineer it for us.
They're gonna tear down the old one and put the new one right where it's at?
We
I
know
don't
that.
know.
We're gonna
I
hire a
don't think that's
helicopter to pick up
possible.
the and drop the other
That's
one
not
there.
You put it in
possible.
front of it,
Real
maybe,
quick.
but not right where it was.
The
then.
word
Yeah.
is that it'll be along the shoreline in front of where the caretaker's house is.
That's what I've heard. That's what.
I
we're
haven't
listening
heard
to.
that at all. I
I
don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where that's
Thank
coming
God. So who all likes that idea on
Who
this
said that?
council? Raise your hand.
Like that.
You
idea.
said it though. Like, why is it an idea?
Don't get that in your head.
So
what I
think
want.
about
I don't know
that.
where it's coming from. Is what I'm trying to say. Did somebody just?
90% of the other stuff
We're
that goes
paying
on in
now
this
a
town,
lot
it's
of
all
money to
rumor.
an expert to tell us where to.
That's it.
And
And then
what
on
to
top
do.
of that, it wouldn't be a matter of whether or
I've
not it's
never heard
something
that.
we like. This will be engineered by people who are going to design it to operate efficiently for us.
I don't
So
think that's the
we may
location
not have a
I've
whole
heard.
lot of say
That-
where the
yeah,
location goes.
But we do have say in where the location
It
goes.
depends on how it needs to be built.
How many years has the one we've got now been where it's at?
45.
I'm just
And
saying
it's inefficient and has issues.
it's wore out.
It is definitely more out.
We're at max capacity.
So-
We're above capacity.
Uh-huh.
We actually have
Six
people that would like to
times.
buy more
A
water.
new one. I'm
So
just
it's a-
putting
it's
this out
a
there.
Income stream,
I just want to put out there that
literal.
I don't want it on the shoreline.
Okay.
I hadn't heard that, so I don't know where that came from. I imagine that's just a word of mouth thing. That
I hope
popped
so,
up. I don't
but-
know if anybody
Yeah,
official said that.
it doesn't
anyway.
hurt.
I've
Do
not
you-
seen anything
to-
on
I
that.
do not want to mess up our shoreline.
I don't either.
Natural.
That seems like a weird place to put it anyway because of
To put
erosion and
anything.
whatnot.
It's going to be, we're going to wait for engineers to tell us what
Yeah,
it needs to
I'm not-
happen. We're not going to
I'm
step
not
out there
guessing.
and say anything. I know we don't want to mess up the shoreline, and I don't disagree with that at all. But we're not going to start that rumor now at all.
All right, so let's move on to the
We
next
already
item.
have. We just did.
I know, and that's no good.
Never heard
Okay,
that.
next
What about
item
a
on
floating
the,
plant in the middle of the lake.
I like it. Let's do it.
You
next
want
item
this
on the
fence
agenda
material
is fence materials.
discussion?
Let's talk about fence materials.
So did you look up any of that fences? Cause you were gonna look up that stuff at that meeting. So that's why I had it on the agenda. Did you, it's okay, we didn't get to it.
I don't have none prepared. You did not give me heads up.
We can put it on the other.
Reminders.
Move it
Reminders.
to-
Move it to the 27th. No, I did the other project for you.
Do we have to have a motion?
No.
No, not this
Alright.
conversation.
Okay, continuing council business, the Sparkling Can Company.
Yeah,
Your floor
Okay.
again.
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
Okay.
we last spoke with you a couple weeks ago, a previous meeting. I've talked to a few people around town and they all looked at me like I had two heads. And sometimes I have three heads, so I don't know what the hell they're really thinking. But the impression I got in talking to a few people is that if they want their can cleaned, they're gonna do it themselves.
That's fine.
That's the impression I got. I don't know if anybody else has talked to anybody or not.
I did not.
Do we get a cost estimate figured out or not?
No, not really.
We have 212.
Active, or is that all of them?
Active and all.
Does that include the customers?
We
I
have
mean,
212 trash cans selling.
Yeah, but
residential
there's
or-
two across the street from me and they're not using, so that's the
Is that
question.
I've
residential or
counted
commercial?
every trash can.
So it's all
We
of
have
them.
212.
It's
Tomorrow we
within-
might have 211.
But
You know,
that's
next
within the
week we may have
state.
215. Currently we have 212.
within the city.
Yes.
We don't know which ones are second cans because wasn't there a thing on that or not?
Yes.
Discount.
Seven.
Yeah.
Seven.
That's something I figured I would
Seven?
handle with
That
Exodus.
seems so low. Apparently, I'm on cost.
You and me both.
Got 4
My
cans.
neighbors.
We have one trash can.
I'm just
They're gonna make
thinking,
them stand there, so let's.
my thinking on the few people I talked with, I don't have a problem if your company came to Eskridge and did this service for folks, but I think you need to contact the city folks to see if they want to take you up on that service.
fine.
Take a survey, find out how many you can get. If it's worth your expense to come into town, then go for it. I don't think the city would, the council will disapprove that.
Not at all.
What was your group rate for the cans? $30? For
No,
like a,
wasn't that high.
No, it was 15 for the first and
Oh.
10 for each additional at each individual residence.
Well, it's something else that we had discussed. Well, Terry and I did. Next time we send out one of our mailings, which isn't every other week, but whenever we do, if you want to supply us with a flyer or something, we can stick it in there.
It's fine. Is it wrong for me to ask when do you when is like the trash service up for?
It's on Tuesdays.
No, that I mean like when is their contract,
Contract.
up so I could maybe come in on them or with them.
no, off the top of my head.
I'm thinking we just recently renewed it.
Within the last year and a half, because Mary came in.
Mary would know.
Yeah, I talked to them a lot. I was just, that's why.
It was like a
I
renewal
felt
because it was price
satisfied.
changes and all, yeah.
I can just deal with things.
Can we post something on the Eskridge, or not the Eskridge,
The city's
Oh, yeah,
website.
city's
Sure,
website.
sure. You can get some advertising information from it. No charge for that.
Why do we just call
Do you want Eskridge Watch?
I used to be.
We just call 4 years, a year and a
Put
half.
something on there too.
Yeah, I don't. really
If we put it on the, if we put it on the website, it will transfer over to the Eskridge Watch as well.
Yes.
Well,
So get some to Becky, will at least help you get published, get your word out. Okay.
That'll work. That'll work. I appreciate you guys taking the time to at least think about it.
Well, I appreciate you coming in.
I've got a couple other towns that I'll be doing this with,
Okay.
so hopefully.
All right.
Good luck. Willis.
thank you, Willis.
Thank you guys.
Have
a good evening. I'm gonna get home to the kiddo.
Good idea.
Thanks.
Last thing on the agenda is the ordinance 597, the dog registration fees. We had talked about raising them. I don't see any. Thank you. Now I see it.
Reason, you're not for it?
So I was told we have to, it hasn't been,
It hasn't, we haven't passed it yet. We only talked about it. So yeah,
Okay.
we need to,
And that's what Todd wrote up for us from what we talked about.
yeah, does anybody want to see it?
Please.
Of course.
I'm
This is
sorry.
the only copy we have.
Yeah, I
Okay.
couldn't bring myself.
Proofread
to
it as
waste any
fast
more
as you
coffee.
can and send it down.
Say coffee?
God, I did some
Can't do that.
coffee. Paper
I know
and
I'm gonna
ink.
vote either way, so.
Basically, what you're doing is changing the registration fee to be $5 for each male dog or spayed female dog and $10 for each female dog. So registered, what does this mean here?
That doesn't make sense. That ain't. how it's
Female that's
done.
not fixed is $10.
And if the male's not fixed, it's still $5? Is that what you're saying?
Well, sure.
I thought
No, I mean, I didn't know what he was saying. I'm asking.
That's the way I'm reading this.
It's very messed up.
Each male dog.
And also-
Spayed female is fine.
I know.
I know, but the point is if all the males would have, all the males would fix and the females all would have.
Listen up, please.
I think you should
So I'm
treat
fine
them all the
with this as long
same.
as we include
Yeah.
male and
Let's-
female dogs.
Let us talk about it so we
Are you
can,
writing
I
on
can't
that?
hear what he's
Don't write
saying.
on that. Are you writing on that?
Why not?
No,
I think
Okay.
no,
I
you're
can't
just.
sign it.
So I'm lost because there was too
I
much.
think the problem here is that he
Should've
just
wrote on this one,
specifically
yeah.
said unaltered female, and it should be unaltered female and male, so he left out and male, so that's what's wrong with this.
Yeah.
You could write on this one.
So,
You already wrote on that, then don't
No,
worry
I
about it.
did not.
He's gonna change it anyway.
You didn't.
I did not.
And it's a pencil anyway.
It read, so yeah, so the correction there needs to be male needs to be added to unaltered female, and then it will read right.
So just unaltered dog.
So
would
it's
probably
$5
be-
per unaltered dog, $10
Dog
per
altered.
altered.
Unaltered dog.
But we're doing Todd's legal terms, so he's gonna list female and
I mean,
male to
there's-
be specific in whatever that he does.
He's
so-
only listing 2 genders.
Shut up.
so far there isn't-
I don't need my mouth, Tim. That's what I said.
Oh, gosh.
Because that needs to not.
So I guess I would move to approve that with that correction of adding the unaltered male to the part of the unaltered female.
Gotcha.
So $10 for
Do we want it
unaltered
neutered in?
dogs and $5 for neutered and spayed.
Correct.
Yes.
Altered.
Altered.
Why?
What's the question?
Why are we doing this?
Why are we raising the fee?
Yeah.
I think it's just an evaluation of fees. We are really low. It's
Well,
$2.
we're raising the fees because number one, it hasn't been raised in years and hundreds of years, and we're not collecting any money off of this
Why should we?
because we're
It's to
we're
cover
paying
the
people to
dog
take care of
catcher.
this. This is why.
Better.
The dog catcher gets their fees from the duties that they perform.
From where though?
Yeah, where are they getting the money for that?
Catching a dog. That's what they do.
The dog had the
there's a
money in
dog
his
out
back
there-
pocket or what? Where's the dog got the money? Where's the money coming from is the question.
I think this is
To
the-
pay that.
Are you serious right now?
When we
Well, most of
discussed-
the dogs, nobody's claiming, so there's nobody to pay.
Well,
the fees.
I don't think it's just unclaimed dogs. It's she goes out and gets dogs. They don't necessarily hit the kennel though. Like they just get returned back. So it's to help kind of cover that cost. Like we're not getting any money at that point. She's just costing us money to go get that dog. They're costing us money, not Sally.
The logic here is not the logic here is not any different than raising water rates or gas rates. We got to cover our expenses, and we're not even close to covering our expenses when it comes to dogs.
Yeah, because
It
by the
takes-
time
it-
this gets published in the newspaper, we're out a lot more money now too.
Yeah,
Good.
that's why I don't think it's.
Some
And
of
we
them
had
are
we
a lot
had
higher.
we had we
I
we
think it
we
should
had
I'll motion.
fees from other cities that were listed that are way higher than this, way higher.
My question is that the only thing we're adding to the ordinance at this point? Are we not talking about the catch fees? Because that could be an alternative to dog
Did you
registration fees.
I thought you guys agreed to leave
Did you want to look
the
at that?
20 next fee that you were saying.
Yeah, there was a long talk last meeting.
Yeah, so we agreed to leave it the same and we were just
We were just gonna increase the fees.
right.
Okay, sorry.
And we went the
Memory.
middle rate, the middle.
I think we ought to charge people for having chickens on their property too, because we got to go out and inspect that. Even if it's $5, anything.
I agree.
Hey, I saw many ponies in the spin, so today,
Okay.
just throwing it out.
They have roosters.
So are you good
We
with
don't
the
get
5 and 10 at this point?
I'm okay with that. I know that you're not wild about it, but
Who?
Tim, I mean,
Oh,
what do you think? You got dogs too?
I don't have a problem with 5 and 10.
Yeah.
It would cost me $20 a year to register my dogs.
Did you make a motion already?
Mhm.
Did anybody second it?
no,
I'll second
we're
it.
still in this. Okay. Okay, motion by Brett. This will be a roll call vote too, by the way, since it's an ordinance. Motion by Brett to approve changing ordinance 597 to read registration fee of $5 for each
Altered dog.
non-altered.
No, $5.
Bobbing and tail count as
Yeah.
dog altered.
Yes, $5 for each
Altered.
altered dog
Unfortunately.
Altered.
and $10 for each unaltered dog.
Yes.
And the registration, of course, is already in here, shall be kept around the neck of each dog. Got it?
Altered and unaltered, you're not using the word
Don't follow
neutered?
that rule either.
That's correct. We're not using neutered or spayed, we're using altered or
I mean, I guess.
non-altered.
Okay.
Okay.
We tried to.
Shingle tells the
Okay,
owl.
the motion was made. Motion was made, it was seconded by Annie. Any further questions, comments, concerns? It's a roll call vote. Annie,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Tim.
No.
Okay, motion carries 3-1. At this time, are there any council or
I have.
concerns or mayor? I don't have anything tonight, imagine that.
We need to send something for, Jocko.
You're right.
We need to post the, lake bait house operator position.
I,
And
that,
open that up for bids.
okay, we'll do.
We need to do that yesterday. And just for my own clarification, because I think it was gone at the meeting that this was decided, the dumpster out back, are we just doing it one time,
For 2
fill it
weeks.
up and get rid of
2
it,
weeks.
For 2 weeks.
no matter how full it gets? Do we
Well,
pay
there's-
more if it's above the top?
Every time they pull it, we get charged for that.
Okay.
It's weight, but then they max it and then it.
I threw a couple chairs in there a couple days ago for somebody and it's getting full already, so.
I think they're still gonna dump it as needed, but we're only gonna keep it for 2 weeks total.
Okay.
And to be honest, they're short on a truck right now. We just got it, what, Friday? Was it Sally? You were here.
I think so, Friday.
Saturday, it was half full.
So what I'm saying is
Maybe,
we could tell them to come pick it up, but it could be a week or two before they come get it.
Yeah, the cats are gonna be swarming around it because they dumped it.
So this
Bag of
Friday will be
milk
one
pies are out there by
that
it.
we've had it, and then we'll have it another week, and that following Friday, you'll call them and tell them to come pick it up.
Tim,
right?
what was the other thing?
Yeah,
Jocko,
but I was
Jocko, the
Right.
dumpster one.
saying
Bait
if
house
it's
operator.
full
House.
and you want them to come get it and bring one back, then that could be weeks.
Well, yeah,
Because,
because that's almost full, and we still need to provide.
and we're supposed to provide it for 2 weeks.
And when we leave here.
So do I want to call them and tell them to come get it and bring us another one?
It's only about half full right now.
But by the time they get here, it might be.
Ask them about turnaround time and see how long it'll take them to get it. Let them know that it's half full.
That's all I have.
I want to say something about Tim's. Tim mentioned the Jocko passing and the memorial for that. Let's make a motion to do what we've done in the past with memorials.
Also move.
What were they?
$100.
50, 100?
I can't make the motion. Somebody has to do it.
I think Jason did.
I moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Are we doing?
I brought it up.
Are you doing $100?
Yeah, $100.
Okay. All right. Motion by
I appreciate that.
motion by Jason to donate $100 for Jocko's memorial. Seconded by Annie. Those in favor. The motion carries. And add the paper for the bait house operator, please. Okay.
I have something to say about that.
Okay.
Switch.
You want it?
Yeah. Health insurance. I'll make a deal with you. Jason, Annie, seconded. Okay, you guys. So we need to open up the gate to let the boats off the water and just leave it open.
No,
Is it okay with
we
that?
don't leave the gate open.
Because somebody needs to go out there in the morning and in the afternoon. I can do that before and after.
Well, no,
Or if you
because
want.
then you're still getting boats coming and going potentially off of there. And the reason why we have it closed is so that they can be inspected. So if you're opening it in the morning and you're going out in the
Okay,
afternoon,
but nobody's out there.
Well,
We just need to put a note on the door and have them call
So-
here and send Robin or me out there to open the gates.
Where's what's her name?
So the bait shop is closed?
Well, we don't have anybody to run it, do we?
She had employees. Are they not running it?
all the
Everybody
on
knows.
cameras, so.
It closes the 31st of October officially.
And have we got
I was
employees
told the
running it?
27th.
Okay. All right. Well, that might be too. What day
You're
is
right.
that?
One,
You're right. That's the
27th.
27th.
On a Monday? That's kind of
Hell,
strange.
I'm
Well,
just
I don't know,
asking.
but that's
I'm not
what's on
trying
the
to pry into
flyer.
the other stuff.
yeah.
Somebody
What it
is.
says on the flyer.
Macy's, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I'm
Flyer
asking.
says the 27th.
Noon, then I guess, I don't know.
Melina's out of town.
Right.
Oh.
So she has two
Julie's-
employees, one works morning, one works night.
Sick. And that just leaves the one employee that's up in the air as far how many hours she can work.
That was news to me.
Okay.
Contract. She should be honoring.
She's in the hospital.
Her employees are,
employees.
her employees are working, are they not?
They are
One's out of
working.
That's
town.
what I thought.
It was an unexpected hospitalization. I mean, there's nothing she can do about that. But this, okay, the city can help out, I guess, and go out there and open it when needed. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that at all. I think she's got employees that should be out there working that bait shop this weekend. And that's the only time it's open, right?
That's right.
Friday, Saturday,
Saturday and
Sunday.
Sunday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Then what's the issue? Somebody not out there this weekend?
We're talking potential
One of
future
her
stuff here
employees
because
is out of town.
What's that?
One of her employees is out of town.
Okay.
Julie's in the hospital.
Right.
And the other employee is, it's up in the air whether she can work all those hours by herself or not.
Well, I get to take,
But I think what's up in the air is if Julie's even like she could be home Friday. Like this is kind of a moot point because
can be
Nancy
home?
worked all day Friday, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. You're assuming that Julie's not going to be home.
I talked to Julie today.
I did
She's
too. I
still
came
in the
from
hospital.
room,
She
and
called
she's
me
getting out,
and then she
possibly
said
Thursday.
she's probably going to go to rehab. I'm just going on the information I've been given. And
Well,
just need to know, I'm the one who answers the phone every time somebody
Sure.
wants
sure.
to get their boat off the water that's being held hostage.
So do you keep
Well,
the
it's not
gate
been an
locked?
issue and not a current issue,
Yes.
so I don't know what we can say or discuss about it until it is.
It's an issue. Proactive. It's an issue.
Well,
Did you have
let me just say this about that.
Yeah.
If nobody's running that bait shop to open it this Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and they need to get a boat off, call me. I'll go out there and unlock the gate for them. I don't have a problem driving out there. It's not that big a deal. What?
I can go out and unlock the gate. and
So
stay
we'll
with
just
them.
leave a list of phone numbers.
But unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that she's a contract. She's responsible for getting that place operated, and we're not supposed to do it. Seriously, I mean, that's what she's paid to do. She's paid to do that. It's not any different than,
And we're talking like she's not gonna fulfill her duty,
well,
and
there,
it hasn't even happened yet. So
no,
this is just.
it's not even worth talking about until it actually happens. But I'm just saying, if that happens and you need somebody out there, I'm not going anywhere this weekend. I will be at home. Give me
Okay.
a call. I will go out there and do it in December and January when people whine because they didn't get their boat off the lake before the 1st of November.
So if somebody
And-
calls, I just
An
give them your
idea,
number.
we're coming up on crunch time with people getting their boats off the lake, and
Right.
everybody will know that it's closing down on the 27th. But if it can't be covered on Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the next 2 weekends, how about leaving the gate open for those 3 days? Just leave it open and people can get their boats off without you having to travel out there. I don't see a lot of
But
harm.
Is what's the issue with leaving it open? Like not charging people when they go on the lake? Because I'm worried at the end of the season.
You don't get a lot of boats
That's fine.
that wait on
And
it.
that's what I'm asking. What's the issue with leaving the gate open?
Times there's things that could be brought into the lake that could cause us problems. That's why we do things the way that we do. That's always the explanation that
We
I
already
have.
have zebra mussels, right?
But there's other
I'm just
aquatic
asking.
nuisances. I've brought in like 5 or 6
I get
different
that.
ones
Yes,
from the
I fully
wildlife
understand.
place. So that's why we do it that way. Yes, we could do it that way. I understand why he wants to do it that way. But then if it does create an problem in those 2 weeks, who's funding that problem is what it is. It'll
What would
be the city
What
of
would the
Escort.
problem be? I'm not
It's a
envisioning that.
control issue. I can tell you exactly what it is.
Somebody knows.
It's
their
great
own.
for you to have your opinion, Payday, but the Kansas Wildlife and Parks was called and they gave us a list of invasive species that people could transfer into the boat, all of which they were invasive to us. One was a grass that could cause problems for the intake of our water. So like, it's not a control thing, it's a safety thing and make sure that our infrastructure can continue running properly.
I might agree with you that they're not checking for grass when they put them in now.
That's why we spray them, the solution that they have that's been given to them by the state. I mean, we could get into this. I mean,
Now, I understand what you're saying. but
That's fine. So
Well, today's the 14th. Julie's supposed to be getting out of the hospital, going to rehab. Don't know how long she'll be in there. We don't know yet if she's going to have anybody operating the bait shop this weekend yet or not, let alone the last weekend that we're here.
But it's great to have an option.
It's great to have an option, and I offered one.
Have an emergency if we need it.
I can recall going out there one month when it was closed, and I put word out, I'd be out there between 8 and 10 in the morning that day, and I had 4 or 5 people come out there. And
So when
remove their
people
boats
call-
during
I have a
that
council
2 hours.
concern.
well, first of all, I'll call Julia
Yes,
and visit with her about it.
yes,
And
you'll
then-
get a chance here. Just give me a second.
Oh, I'm gonna make it worse, Brett. Sorry, this might be the worst part.
All right,
My council concern before we adjourn this.
okay.
I want to address the letter that's been floating around town. I'm sure people have heard rumor or seen it themselves about Mike Bone. And I'm going to read it off this paper so I don't waste our time rambling. Mike Bone's personal cell phone is used as the primary contact for gas line emergencies. When we call 911 for a gas leak, he is the first person on their contact list 24/7, 365. Additionally, his phone number is used by all our vendors and contractors, at least the ones he works with, obviously not the ones that talk to you. He gets calls all hours of the day and often night, whether they are emergencies or not. Mike is being accused of theft and various other charges via what I consider a cowardly concerned citizen for a cell phone stipend of $100 a month, a portion of his cell phone bill, which occurred during Deanne Williams and Dolly Mercer's times as mayor. This supposedly anonymous source couldn't have had the specific data they included in that letter without actually sitting through city council executive sessions. For example, using dollar figures down to the very penny as they were presented to city council by our mayor, as well as mentioning that it was brought to city council in 2023, which was only ever discussed in executive session and never in the public portion. Despite the letter's claim that all this information is all public, the specifics of the letter were only obtained by breaking executive session rules, in my opinion. I would also argue that the actual presented to council until 2024, at which time no action was taken after the issue was discussed with Mike. The details missing from the accusations are that Mike Bone has never been written up, nor suspended, nor fired for the allegations, despite the alleged severity of these charges. Additionally, city council approved these charges each month via roll call vote through the appropriations ordinance. Over a 6-year window, that means the charges were approved at least 72 times. If council at the time felt the charge was amiss, they had at minimum a monthly opportunity to question it. And to my knowledge, during the yearly audit in which the auditors asked all council members if fraudulent activity has occurred, no fraudulent activity was ever reported. Despite knowing all this information, our current mayor and treasurer filed an offense report for theft and other charges also specifically mentioned in this so-called anonymous letter at the Wabaunsee County Sheriff's Office without the knowledge or vote of the city council. At present, none of our full-time maintenance or office staff receive a company cell phone nor a stipend for their personal cell phone company use, despite being expected to regularly use their personal cell phones for city communication or email access. Also of note is that city council voted to provide cell phones to several part-time staff members, including the dog catcher and both public officers within the last year. So please tell me again how our employees, specifically our full-time maintenance employees, are not working in a hostile work environment. Please tell me why they should continue to endure the verbal abuse they receive from certain council members at this table without taking offense. The things in this meeting about our own employees is the things said in this meeting about our own employees is an HR nightmare and open the council up to all kinds of ethical, if not legal, quandaries. And when the mayor continues to misrepresent what they said during one-on-one meetings, I think they have every right to refuse one-on-one meetings. Attitude reflects leadership, and leadership should be able to maintain at the bare minimum a respectful and open communication between its staff. I don't support any attempts to defame the names of our employees, especially not one who is a well-respected figure in our community.
Are you done?
Oh, I'm done.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give a rebuttal to all that.
It's interesting that you should expect a rebuttal when I'm not allowed to ever have one.
So what I'm gonna tell you is that the council was notified in November of 2023 after a city council meeting that it was suspected that we had employees past and present that was using the company credit card for personal use.
Of which you didn't name any names.
Which I did not name any names. You are exactly right. However,
No action could be taken.
in March of 2024, there was a special meeting amongst the council a special meeting amongst the council members to go over those charges. And the council sat in here and they looked at roughly 2 months of cell phone charges and decided after an hour that they've had enough and that all the further investigation that they did. They showed no interest in further examining anything else to see what the charges were all about.
Because they were approved on the appropriations ordinance.
Okay, I think I'm not going to say anything more about that because this is under investigation by the Wabaunsee County Sheriff's Office and a complaint that I personally signed on September 30th of 2024. I did city council because the city council was desiring no action because they were embarrassed for the public to find
Don't
out.
speak for the council.
I am speaking for the council.
Don't speak for the
Then you can deny it in court if it goes there.
It's not going there.
Then it's going to get settled.
No.
So the point is, the point is,
About the letter. I'm
Pardon me?
Curious.
the point,
lack of information. You can lie by omission. Just throwing that out there.
But what was a lie?
The fact that it was approved in appropriations repeatedly.
That wasn't anything that
It was
was
opinion.
ever being disputed, but Todd said you have to approve appropriations in order for things to get paid. That's how you catch people that embezzle money, is as you go back on the fact and you can do something. That's exactly
not
what Todd said.
When we had an issue with the shelter houses at the lake, and that guy returned a design that failed to have the benches on the outside. And then he sent his invoice in. It was a mistake, pure and simple, just got missed. But he did not put the benches back. He sent the invoice. It got paid. Can we get that money back? No. It was done.
okay, I'm not finished. So yes, we had an executive session in September of 2024. And at that executive session, the council decided that they weren't going to do anything about it because appropriations had been approved for all those months that those charges were carried on. And the council would be embarrassed if it ever got out that we did not do our due diligence. Shake your heads all you want. I'm
No.
telling you what I recall. Just a minute. You can have a rebuttal if you want, but I've got the floor at the moment.
Go for it.
So that is why on September 30th, I went and talked to some officials about that. And after that discussion, I filed a complaint. It's been under investigation. It's still under investigation. There's more to it. There's more to it than what you guys have heard tonight. There's a lot more to it. I'm not at liberty to say. If you want to ask about that, call Wabunsee County Sheriff's Office and ask them if they'll give you any information on this investigation. Otherwise, we're going to wait until they're done. Now, as far as lying one-on-one, Annie has no firsthand knowledge with a one-on-one conversation that I or any other member of this council has had with any one individual. How could she have information if it was one-on-one? She doesn't. She's hearing hearsay from the employee or employees, wherever she's getting it. Number two, when we left that meeting in September, one of the individuals walked out the door, pointed his finger at me and said to the entire council, I am not talking to that man ever again unless I have a witness with me. At that point, from that point forward, October 24 forward, every time I gave Mike instructions, I copied the council with those very same instructions. They knew what I was asking him to do. The council has come to meetings time after time after time and said, we want this done by the employees. Would you tell them? The very next day, I would send an email out instructing them that the council wants this done. When they did not do it, and I'm asked about it at the next meeting, am I going to lie and say they did it? No, I'm going to tell the truth. No, they didn't do it. Did you tell them to do it? Yes, I did. You got an email on it. Everybody got a copy of the email. They cannot sit in here and deny that they didn't get an email because everybody got it. All those conversations with him or with this individual was recorded. Every single one of them. I've tried to text him. I've tried to call him. I've tried to send him an email. He fails to respond. Now, what am I supposed to say? I'm not calling them names.
You're calling them thieves repeatedly.
I've never said he's a thief. I have never said he was a thief. I just suspected that the credit card was being abused, and it was being abused. When I came on as mayor in 2022, I asked one of the individuals, when you get a call out at night, how do you get compensated for your time? The response then was, I just take extra time off during the week to make up for it, or I'll come in late in the morning, or I'll leave early in the afternoon, whatever. And at that time, I asked, send me a text whenever you get a call. I don't care what time of day it is. If you want to wait till 8 o'clock in the morning, and send me a text that you got to call at midnight or 2 in the morning, then that would be fine with me. I didn't care, but let me know it happened. That has never happened in the 4 years I've been here, with one exception, when we had a water line problem just right down off of Main Street here. One time, and I got the message at 7 o'clock in the morning that that's where he was at. One time. So if he's getting all these after hours phone calls, he failed to follow instructions by telling me or sending me a text that he got these things so I could properly compensate him for his time after hours. As far as the phones go, we offered employees of phones, but nobody wanted to carry an.
No,
Don't shake
we
your
didn't.
head. We offered them phones.
No, we didn't.
Let me finish. We offered them phones. They didn't want to carry an extra phone, and they darn sure didn't want to use their own phones to be notified if we had to get a hold of them. So the employees that ended up getting a phone was 1 or 2 of them, and then only one of them eventually got one. The phone that it was gonna cost us that time was $25 a month.
Clarify that then, because that
Just
was
let me finish. Then
only
you
for
can come back.
part-time.
That's who got the phone. The part-timers did. The
No,
regulars
it
didn't
was
want them.
never offered to full-time.
I brought it up twice and was told no. Here,
By who?
by the council members.
By council members. There you go. Council members didn't want them. We didn't want to buy phones for them, did we? The council members didn't, not the mayor. The council members did.
Correct.
The mayor doesn't have any say so at all unless there's a tie, and then he has to break the vote. Otherwise it's all on you guys, every bit of it. And I think it would behoove everyone in here to look up state statutes on what it says about appropriations. And then you can run your mouth about how badly I'm treating the employees. I'm not treating the employees badly at all. I've given them written instructions, and they are refusing to follow them. They don't even follow our handbook. We have our handbook tells them various things to do. They don't follow that. I can't enforce it because there's too many people on the council that favor the employee, and they would override it. They've already changed the handbook once because of an employee griping about something that they didn't agree with in the handbook. And that's okay. That's what the council does. They hear the arguments, and then they make a decision and make the changes. That's the way that's supposed to work. But if I tell an employee that I want to talk to him, I want to talk to that employee. I don't want an excuse why that employee can't be here. If I send him a written message, he has to follow that written message, the written instruction. I've asked him to cut trees down at the Pines. It's taken me forever to get trees cut down at the Pines. And then when I get them cut down, there's still 2 or 3 feet of a stump on every tree that's out there. Now, how does that look? That looks really pretty, doesn't it? And don't tell me they can't do it because they did it for Mr. Brown at his place. When they cut a tree down there, they cut it right down to the ground level. Why can't they do that at the Pines? I've got every email that I've ever written to the employees, every single one of them, and I've got every response that I got. I can always put them on the exact same page because I'm not getting any response. So you tell me, what am I supposed to do as mayor when I have employees that don't do what I ask them to do? And I'm asking them to do what the council is telling me to get done. Because I, as the mayor, am supposed to be the supervisor of one of those employees, who in turn is supposed to be the supervisor of the other 2. But yet there's people on this council that go behind my back and get things done, and I don't find out about it till later. So who's not being transparent here? How about an example? You want an example of that? Okay, I'm good. I'm glad you asked. When the Park Foundation decided to put the equipment in down at the city park, they used the 3 city employees with city equipment to help install that for a period of 1 to 3 days, however long it took, I don't know. I didn't find out they were doing that till about a week after an incident happened down there. And that's when one of the employees using city equipment backed in to a again and caused roughly $2,700 in damage, whatever it was. That's the only reason why I found out about it. Would I have said no, that they couldn't do it if I had been asked in advance to use city employees? No, I wouldn't have cared. But that's not the issue. The issue is they went behind my back to have that done. That's one thing that they've done. There are many other things that they have done. A lot of it most recently.
Can we speak now? Because that was absolute fabrication, by the way.
I'm glad it is. So what do you have written down or
At
recorded
what,
that can tell me?
2 to 3 meetings prior to that entire installation, which the city didn't do, by the way. It was donated by the company from Topeka. So the installation.
What, the city labor was donated by the company?
The entire playground was installed by a company from Topeka. End of story.
Then why do we need city employees down there to help them?
Let me finish talking.
Oh, yeah, I won't butt in like you were doing to me, so go ahead.
Yeah, because we make stuff up. No, somebody else installed that equipment for us. I told council at least 2 meetings prior to that, at each meeting prior to that it was happening. And that our employees, why would they not be involved? It's our city park. It's the city's park. So Mike's down there for supervision, first of all, but he did not install any of the equipment. It was this company, and I can't think of the flipping name, and everybody's gone. That would tell me. From Topeka, construction company. It was part of their day of giving. And there's lots of posts of proof of that if you really want to know.
So who backed into the
What
slide?
was actually happening that day is that a lot of our mulch was poured later after the concrete dried, and Drew used the skid steer to spread it around. That was all that happened. And he accidentally bumped that slide. And you want to know who paid for it? It was not $2,700. It was the park foundation paid out of pocket for that slide. I think it was $800. $900. If you really want to push me, I'll go get the receipt. But that's absolutely false. And you were aware that they were going to be involved in that because I said it at every council meeting before that.
That the city crew was going to be involved.
Yes.
So it ought to be in the minutes then, right?
Go for it. I don't know why it would be in the minutes though. That's not detail. It's in there. Go watch the video again.
Well, why wouldn't it be in the minutes? I mean, that's what the minutes
Because
are
they
for.
don't have thousands of details. They're supposed to capture the motions. Not I don't know.
Well,
I'm
if
pointing
we,
at you.
if we had
I'm
talked
sorry.
about it, I think I'd remember it, but that's okay.
I
That's fine.
repeatedly talked about it. Why
That's
would
fine.
I ever talk about something happening in the park without informing the council?
You're
This is a rabbit hole.
That's
Yeah,
who
it
took
really
us
is.
down the
It
rabbit
really
hole. But every time I want to have a rebuttal, I don't get to speak at all. But absolutely, the pines were not cut down until the end of the season. If you want to really get specific, and that was on purpose so that it wouldn't interfere
So
with
when
camping.
were they cut down?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I
Who
know
cut
that's
them
what they
down?
delayed. Jim and Barry.
Because they've never, I thought we didn't know who cut them down.
We don't know.
Jim
who cut
and
them down.
Barry cut them down. That was known. You guys want to pretend like they don't do anything.
No,
Repeatedly at the
I
table,
asked.
we
I've
say-
asked in this council meeting who cut them trees down. I've
I
asked
have
many
said it.
times. No,
So
you
have
haven't.
I. You
No,
have
you
not said that. We have.
Jim and Barry cut the trees down. It was not a secret.
I think Terry's point is that you're constantly going to the employees. to do
I'm not
things
doing
when you're not
anything.
supposed to.
I'm not
Todd
going to the
instructed you
employees.
Not to, but you did.
Todd
to
didn't
get
say
them to
anything
orchestrate.
about it. I don't know what you're talking about. That's
But
totally false.
this whole conversation really is not doing any good because, like I said, it's under investigation. We'll let them do their investigation
Sure.
and they can decide.
No problem.
To the conversation.
I'm sorry,
is the
what?
fact that you and several other members on the city council continue to vilify members of our city employees.
Yes.
And it's ridiculous.
Well,
It's disrespectful. It's inappropriate to the office that you guys hold.
and it's also
And you
district,
would do well to know your place.
and you would too, sir, because the employees are
Well, I made my
instructed.
piece. I've said what I said.
Okay, then I'm going to repeat what I said. Since April of 2024, I have repeatedly sent written instructions to one of the employees based on instructions given to me by the city council, and they were not done. Now, is that my fault? That person chose not to do it, not me. That person did. And when I get asked about that at a council meeting, what am I supposed to tell them? You
What
tell
is
me.
the outcome you're seeking in trying to vilify our city employees?
I'm not trying to vilify them.
Well, what's the
I
outcome?
just want the work done like it's supposed to be done.
Oh, we're talking about more than that though, Terry.
Well,
Do you,
then,
do you
then-
like accountability? Because accountability is what Terry's going for.
I think there's
and
accountability on
is
both
not
sides of
had.
this that's not being done.
Accountability is
And you
not
might
had
have-
here. We do
You
not
might
hold
have
anyone.
the emails and the texts, but you don't have the phone calls
Take
recorded.
care of a gas leak for the city.
So that's a he said,
You're
he
using
said.
your own phone to do it.
Oh my God.
Can I ask a question about the phone? Isn't it a state mandate that you have to have somebody on call 24 hours a day, 7
Yes.
days a week? And you should provide them a phone. Why was there never a phone provided? And he had to charge part of his phone off on the yours. That's what you're talking about.
That's a good question.
And now I got one other question, okay? And why in the
Excuse
world
me.
do you not compensate them for being on call
Why
time?
aren't they
They
asking
got a lawsuit
counsel? You
against
guys are
you
the ones
people
who-
He's in
that'll
charge
set
of the
this
meeting.
city
He's
back
in charge of the
goddamn
meeting.
far. You can't pay the debt in 40 years.
Well, let me just say this about that payday. When you were the mayor, how come you didn't do that to the employees that
We
were here?
didn't have that.
You didn't have an on-call employee?
You had to have had.
You had to have
yes,
had.
So that's inaccurate.
So why didn't you do it as mayor payday?
They never called.
They never,
had a phone.
they
in
never,
there.
they never had a call in. That's hard to believe.
Well, I
but you
don't
know-
say they never had a call.
Not only that, Petty, this went on long before I became mayor. That issue should have been decided before I was mayor, that they had a phone
We're
and they
talking
were.
about Mike and
for it.
when he went to work and nobody would give him a phone. That's what you're talking about.
No,
Nobody
that
would
is
give
not
him
what
a
I'm talking
phone, and
about.
So he had to use his own number.
We had it,
That was before your time, but you got two guys that are sitting right here that know about it. That one and that one on both ends of the table on this side.
Actually, none of these people were present when these charges had started.
No,
None
no,
of
I'm
these
talking
council
about
members.
Mike.
I'm about
went
you
to
and-
work and he was the on-call person. We're talking about Mike and when he was on call. And none of them ever provided him a phone. They
Like
talked
Terry
about it, but they
said.
dropped it.
He didn't want a phone because he wanted to carry around two phones. That's exactly what it was. So when you say, and we had looked up a bill for $25 a month. So would you say 290 or 435? Is that an appropriate phone bill?
We never suggested that for the.
Are those appropriate monthly
It was
phones?
never
No,
suggested.
I'm not throwing numbers out of
Using
that.
those Mint Mobile phones for the full time.
Not
It was
those are
only
actual
the dog catcher and the public officers, and the two public officers
You're
declined.
right about the mental health.
All right,
I
listen
know.
up, listen up, please.
But that's what he's telling me I'm lying about.
We go way back though, and we did offer him a phone. He didn't want a second phone. He asked for $100 stipend instead, and we refused that. That's how that played out.
Say so.
So Jason, you say you have an update on the investigation?
Yeah,
Deanna,
there is not
Send
enough
me the bill.
information for them to move forward with any kind of charges.
And where do you
So-
get that information from?
Sheriff Kirsch.
You talked to
Yes,
Sheriff Kirsch.
I talked to Sheriff Kirsch. As a matter of fact, the county attorney called me three times,
Mhm.
and is not interested in pursuing this case.
Yeah, I know the county attorney wasn't interested in another case as well that the council refused to look at. But
That was 22,000.
at least,
And his, I
Oh,
believe
I
his
don't
words
know,
were
but
he would
somebody
not
else is saying.
prosecute because of the age, because our county is sympathetic to the
That would
elderly.
be interesting.
That was that
Read
his
about that.
quote of why he wouldn't prosecute why he wouldn't prosecute the 22,000 is because our county is sympathetic to the elderly and there was no money in it. So let's push that under the rug too.
That's his accusations of Dolly.
but the fact is,
They're not accusations. It's actual.
Did she go to jail? Oh my gosh.
I just told you why, Annie.
really? Did you listen?
Was it convicted?
No, she
I didn't know
listen.
you were guilty until proven innocent in this country. Isn't that interesting? Wow.
but you guys are all
Absolutely
innocent then right
nothing
now.
to go on there.
Right now, you guys are all innocent, and that's okay with me. So,
I'm very confused
does
by
anybody
that
else have
comment,
anything
yeah.
they want to add to all this turmoil?
I got a separate.
Okay,
I got an update on Julie.
okay.
She has gathered all her staff to be available for Friday, Saturday, and Sundays.
The rest of the month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Awesome. I move to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Andy, seconded by Jason. Those in favor? We are adjourned.
I got in and then the wire on the spring broke. So it's letting down. Well, we don't fix it. Yeah, it's falling off. So it's hanging, that is hanging off. So we're
Who seconded it? I was daydreaming.
Jason.
Yeah.
Did you stop it?
I didn't.
It stops on its own, I think. I don't know how to run this thing. I don't know if anybody else has had any experience with
Did
it.
it quit?
There's no
Stop.
screen. Or does it
It might
just
just
go
go
to-
it might just go to sleep.
No, it's been. It's your battery.
It might just go to sleep on the screen.
That's what I'm.
Boy, I hope all that wasn't lost.
Okay, it was just asleep.
I
Um,
didn't read that. Was I supposed to do?
10. seconded.
Is this the one up on John?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The last I knew, you moved. That is
I was
again
just
recent.
told like Friday.
Okay.
I don't know that they do or not. I was just told that.
I'll have to go back and look
Last
and
night,
see.
when Leslie was at the school board meeting, I sat on the front porch for hours. And there were so many two-legged rats running around this
I don't
town.
know why there's arguments.
All, of course, where I live, down Cedar Street, they steal water from the building that's right next on my
Is the
property.
camera still on?
Sure is.
Well, I'm just saying, I'll tell anybody.
So,
Home in bad weather, but.
yeah, I do know that they were looking for two.
Yeah, it was crazy. Snow days, you come in and your manager would call in. I'm working from home today and I'm.
I wanna know if he wants to touch
40 miles and you only have 30, I can be like, I don't have to, I gotta remove it. And I'm like, not good.
Oh, we did. I was with the other. Okay with it. I tried talking to Elvis Slayers there about it, just kind of trying to feel him out. He was, yeah, whatever.